Hello, and welcome to the ENG YNPL review show. Once again, should be the last one, and but we can never guarantee this because it's all just happening, isn't it, Richard? We've got the under 11s, under 14s Netball Cup live draw. That's what we're going to do right now, and then a little bit later we've got Hayden and his analysis coming up. So after that, Richard. So we were talking about group of death. Oh, let us know in the comments. And we've got comments coming already, haven't we, actually, to be fair? Let me just have a quick look at the comments. Ooh, good evening. Oh, look. Richard. It's you. Good evening. Who's in the room? There we go. What did you also put? Me and Martin working out the potential group of death that we'll talk about in a minute because we had a little bit of a good chat on this one, didn't we? Send your group of death via the chat. Yeah, please let us know in the chat. That is going to be... Let's light this up because this is potential. This could be. Let us know if you agree with us, disagree, whatever. We've got Gemma, MK Dons, Richard again. Evening, Gemma. Good evening. Nice draw, please. What do you mean by nice draw?
Hold on,
Richard. Have you got your PayPal open so that you can take?
Yeah, I was about to say that. I've got to type in the thing. Hold on. You can stick.
We've also got what we got. Flip Flop Entertainment. Sandria MK Dons. There we go. Ooh, we got Lisa saying, good evening, everyone, from Lisa and MJ at Rivington, NC. Hello, how you doing? Wow, look, mate, everybody's tuned in. Come on. Right, come on, people. Let's light up the chat. Let's right.
Okay, so before we get going, let's just give a little let's set the scene for what's going to be happening this weekend. So
I put some music on in the background.
Yeah. Under 11s, under 14s Netball Cup. This is the event that put us on the map as a business in the netball world. What makes this a lot different to the Youth Netball Premier League Grand Finals is that it's 10, 12-minute games. And like I've said a trillion times before, if you can put your best performance in and condense it into a 10, 12-minute game, anyone can beat anyone. Like we've seen it many times before. We actually saw it at the weekend where Grangetown were the lowest ranked team in the group to win a Netball Cup competition. So no team that had come third in the groups had ever gone on to win the actual event. And Grangetown did that. So it goes to show, in a 32-minute game or 36-minute game, teams can lose the first quarter, the second quarter, but they can catch up because that's what makes the best teams the best. They're durable and they work it out over a period of time. But in 10 or 12 minutes, you haven't got time to work it out. You literally have to perform. If you don't perform, you might find that you might be out of the competition type of thing. We've been to 4 regions. We've been to the South, East, Midlands and North. Under 11s was a fully booked event. Under 14s, I would say about 80% fully booked. But all the top 4 teams or top 3 teams, depending on what region they were in, are now are going to be competing at the weekend to basically see who is the number 1 team in this particular competition. It's fast, it's fun, it's exciting, it's unpredictable, and that's why it's such a good, fun competition. But we've got, especially in the under 14s competition, we've got the future of netball in the room. We've got future England internationals. We've got future World Cup winners, Commonwealth Cup winners. They're all going to be in that room playing netball ferociously for 10 to 12 minutes. And it's like a final quarter. It's the draw. It's a draw. You've got 10, 12 minutes left. Who wants it more type of thing. And that's every single game we play. So if you haven't booked yet, please make sure you come along and support these girls. We've got 800 seats. And I don't particularly want to see it like majority of them not filled up. That'd be nice.
Disrespectful to the girls, man. And also I want to see loads on the live stream as well. Tell your aunts, your uncles, your cousins, all of them. Let's just this is massive, the under 11s and the under 14s. It's just like both of them are just like, why aren't you here? Because it's like cheering them up. Like, what do you always say? What's that special thing you always say?
Show your support and be the 8th player on the court.
There you go. Love that statement. And it's true. And it's ironic how much work these girls put in. And sometimes I go to myself, this should be off the scale. There should be like thousands watching this live stream. all those seats should be booked. It should be you turning them away. So look, get your bums on seats, cheer them up, cheer them on. So cheer them up as well, especially if they're down, they lose their first game. You won't believe how much that can get you going, couldn't it? People say, "Come on, you can do it. You can." And I see parents, man, just saying, "Don't worry, you've got this. You got other games you can still win because the way you do the point system is it's like the best losing side still gets through and they can actually win. It's just
everyone's got a high chance of qualification on the weekend, but depending on how you qualify depends on who you play. But before we do the draw, I want to just let everyone know on this stream, because I might put it onto Instagram, how it works. Because every time we do this at the event, people say to me, "It's wrong. This is wrong." So we have 15 teams. They've all been ranked in their specific positions based on where they come in the competition. So you've got 3 groups of 5. They all play each other once initially. The top 3 in that group. Yeah. The top team from each group goes straight to the quarterfinals. So that's it. But
oh no. Richard seems to have timed out people. It looks like his internet connection or device isn't working properly. Oh yeah, you're back. We haven't got a picture of you there. We just got you with your hat. Oh, there, you're back. You're back. Right, carry on.
Okay, so the top 3 teams will then be decided on what position they go into the quarterfinals based on points initially. Then, if they're on the same points, it will be decided on goals scored. So, if all the teams that on the top of the table have 8 points, we then will decide who's number 1, 2, and 3 based on how many goals have been on goal difference, basically. And that will go the same for so the next set of teams to qualify, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, they will go into our quarterfinal playoff competition. But the 2nd place teams, so 4th, 5th, and 6th, will be decided on who the runners up were in each group, how many points they had. If you can't separate them by points, you separate them by goal difference. And that'll be the same for 3rd place, for 4th place, and the best 5th place team also qualifies for the quarterfinal playoff. So only 2 teams will not qualify for the quarterfinals. They'll go into a separate competition to see who potentially comes 8th to 16th. So that's how it works. People still probably don't understand, but I thought I'd put it out there anyway. But let's get on the draw.
Also, can I quickly add, right? So Richard has this wonderful dilemma, which is, all right, who goes on court A? So when we send out our email and it states where teams are, but his fixtures might change, it's because if Richard has a whole load of supporters for 2 particular teams sat, like, let's just say a grandstand, yeah, and you got on the back, there's less seats, isn't there, on the other court?
Yeah.
So if they were supposed to play on court B, he will move them to court A. So that's another reason for you to be there, because your court A gets obviously the better camera equipment too, even though I have both good cameras, but the new tech is always on court A. But that's what he does. And because you don't want a load of people, do you? Moving like
the more supporters the team have, the less likely you are to move. So you could sit in the same spot all day long.
So there you go. So the more bums on seats, less chance of you having to move those
It's
bums.
called earned, not given for a reason. You got to earn your right to sit still, sit down in the same seat all day.
And chill. Like, yeah, man, we've got the whole entire family here. We've got like 50 people. We're just like, they're not moving at all now. There we go. We've got lots of people. Come on, Kent Club up the KCNC. There we go. Cool. Right. Oh, you've stalled again, Richard. Inner connections. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Yeah, is he back? Come back, Richard. Wherever you are, come back. Anyway, let us know in the comments, people. Loving those comments coming in. Tell us what squad you are on or in or supporting. And we will obviously bring up those messages as well. We'll just wait for Richard. He's back.
Cool.
What happened then?
I'll just turn the internet on and off, and it might help. But let's start the under 11s draw. Let's get it underway. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw out the champions first. Then we'll draw out the runners-up. Then we'll draw out the third place teams, fourth place teams, and that will then obviously end the draw. Obviously, we've got 4 winners and 3 groups, so a champion will play a champion. So we'll see how that one materializes. Okay, so
hang on,
first
group
4
of death.
teams.
In
First
Group
4
A,
teams coming out will be Kingsway Power, who won the Northern Finals, Shan, who won the Southern, Ellesmere Port, who won the Midlands, and Watson, who won the Eastern Finals. Now, before we do the draw, me and Martin were discussing what the group of death might look like. So what would be the toughest group. And I've wrote down who I think it is. And before we start the stream, I believe this is what could materialize. So we could have Kingsway Power, Ellesmere Port, Sutton Town, Turnford, and Poole as what I would regard as the group of death. Martin, do you want to give your one over quickly?
Mine's Kingsway Power, Shan, Stars, Turnford, and Leeds.
Cool.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I was just looking at that. I thought I had the under 14s then. But yeah, that's what I reckon it'll be. So there we go. Kingsway Power.
There we go. So you've got the numbers there. We've got 1, 2, 4, and 5. We were missing a 3. So 1, 2, 4, and 5. If your number, we're going to start with Group A, then Group B, then Group C, and keep working our way through the groups until we fill them up. So good luck to all the teams. Remember to book online before Friday, because if you pay on the door, it's going to be more.
Who wants it? Well, I just quickly.
Okay, so for everyone at home, look.
Well, fishbowl, is it?
The first team out in Group A will be.
Drum roll, please. Number 2, which is Shan. Oh, I get a point. Not that it really matters, because it all depends on how it all comes about, doesn't it? There we go.
There we go. And in Group B will be number 1.
Number 1, Kingsway Power. Oh,
Shan are like. Okay, so whatever team comes out now, it will guarantee that the other team who hasn't been drawn out will go into Group A. So Shan will play a champion. So that's kind of the detrimental aspect of coming out in Group A. But who will that champion be? So in Group C will be number 4.
Number 4, Watson. Right.
Ellesmere Port, number 4, mate.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Well done. Well spotted, my friend. That's because it's one. Right, there we go.
There we go. And finally, number 5, Watson will go in with Shan, the champions of the South. So we've got the champions of the South, the champions of the East in Group A. And in Group B, we have the champions of the North, Kingsway Power, and we have the champions of the Midlands, Ellesmere Port, who travelled from Liverpool to the Midlands.
They did, didn't they? I forgot about that. Ooh.
So
let me just load up.
We're now going to go to the runners-up.
There we go. Top 2 teams.
Okay, so in this one, we have Rivington, who come runners-up in the North. We had Aces, who come runners-up in the South. We have Sutton Town, who come runners-up in the Midlands, lost by 1 point. I don't know if anyone saw it, but I did stick something on Instagram. Final second goal. And then Stars, who come runners-up in the East. So we're going to start with Group B. So one of these teams will be going into Group B.
One quick thing, because I know what these shows are like. So you've got Hayden on later, mate. I got a Dr. Pepper because I thought, what's the worst that can happen? So let us know your Dr. Pepper,
baby. Go. With Kingsway Power.
Number 5, which is Stars.
Number 5.
Are you happy with that, Stars? You are playing against Kingsway Power. Ooh.
And going into Group C, which is Ellesmere Port, will be number 1.
Rivington. That's going to be a nice little spot for them.
going into Group A.
So I'll go with Group B being the group of death so far.
Will
Number
be
4, Sutton Town.
That's a tough old group. Toughest group so far, I believe.
You think? I think Kingsway Power and Stars.
No, I think Group A for me is looks like the toughest so far. But then Aces, you're going to make that Group B a little bit more tougher because you're runners up in the south, and you're in Group B along with Kingsway Power and Stars.
Ooh,
there we go. So Group A, Shan, champions of the south, Watson, champions of the east, Sutton Town, runners up in the Midlands. We have Kingsway Power, who are champions of the north, Stars, who are runners up in the east, and Aces, who are runners up in the south, and Ellesmere Port, who are champions in the Midlands, and Rivington, who are runners up in the north.
Marla says Group A is the group of death so far. There you go. All right.
Yeah, I agree. It's that looks like so far the toughest group. Let's go on to the third place teams.
Right then, go on.
We have Saddleworth, who are third in the north, AP Saints, who are third in the east, Turnford, who are third in the south, and Little Sutton, who are third in the Midlands.
My OCD kicked in now. So A and small P there. Let's go Stars. We got from Georgie.
Okay, so we're going to start with Group C.
Yeah.
And coming out in Group C is
AP Saints.
AP
Saints. AP Saints going to get you up. There we go. Ooh.
Okay, so the group of death, I believe, is Group A. I think if Saddleworth was to come out now, this would make that group even tougher than it already is.
Okay, all right.
So here we go.
Have you called it? Have you called it?
Yeah.
Fix.
Do you know when people say, "Oh, you know, you think your reality"? I went to the park today, and for some reason, I kept thinking, I was with my kids, and I kept thinking, I hope I don't see one of those dangerous dogs, like, you know, there's big pit bull. I'm not even joking. I was in the park, and a big pit bull was off the lead. And I was like,
why did you think it? It's like Ghostbusters. Who thought of marshmallows? Why would you do it?
So Group A, tough group, but what I do love about Group A is a mixture of regions. So you got like the north, you've got north, Midlands, east, and south. 4 different regions in one group.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. Oh, what are you thinking about that, Shan, Woodson, Sutton Town, and Saddleworth? There you go.
Okay, so Turnford or Little Sutton. Who are you going to be with? We're going to find out now. Number 5, Little Sutton. You're going into Group B.
Little Sutton's in Group B, which only leaves.
I've got to say, this Little Sutton team, they've got 11-year-olds, 10-year-olds. I think they've even got a 9-year-old. And I tell you what, watch this space because this is a team for the future. I'm telling you.
I'd agree with you on that. Yeah, I saw them play obviously last week, Saturday.
And Turnford, you're going to be going into Group C. So again, a great mixture of teams here. We're getting a good balance here between regions. So before we go into the final groups, we've got final teams. We've got Group A, Shan, champions of the South, Watson, champions of the East, Sutton Town, runners up in the Midlands, Saddleworth, third in the North, Kingsway Power in Group B, Kingsway Power, champions of the North, Stars, runners up in the East, Aces, runners up in the South, Little Sutton, third in the Midlands. Then Group C, champions of the Midlands, Ellesmere Port, runners up, Rivington in the North, AP Saints, third in the East, and Turnford, third in the South.
Right, Hayden's in the background. Hayden, do you want to come and join us? Put your thumb up if you do. Give us a thumbs up if you do. He's not. I don't think. He does. He does. Right. Should we let him in, Richard, or shall we not let him be part of our club?
Yeah.
It's Hayden.
We've only got like 15 minutes to get this done, so you know what I mean.
Yeah, Hayden. No lengthy analysis, mate. That's all we're saying. Just keep it quick.
I'm just trying to catch up.
What do you think the group of death there, Hayden?
Right.
So far,
Group A looks terrible.
Yeah.
All right, I thought Group B. All right, fair enough.
No, but there's Woodson. Yeah, but Woodson. That Well, Sutton Town, I know that a lot of their under-11s have played in the under-12s this season. Shan under-11s are excellent. Woodson, not a club that I'd heard of, but then I've seen the clips that you've been posting on social media, so very impressed with them. So yeah, very, very excited to see it.
Oh, Group A is known as the Death Valley.
Okay, right. Final 3 teams, mate.
Oh yeah, it would help, wouldn't it, mate, if I put them up on the screen? Sorry, mate. I'm getting too involved in it. Getting too involved. That's what we love. Come on, people. Let's know in those comments what you're thinking. There we go. Pot 4.
Okay, so pot 4, we have 4th from the north, which is Leeds Athletic. We have number 2, Poole Netball Club, who come 4th in the east, and Wilmslow Lightning, who come 4th in the Midlands, who are more based in the north, but they come down to the Midlands and come 4th. So I would probably potentially say if Poole went into Group A, I was very impressed with Poole in the east. That would, again, I think that would make the group even harder. But Leeds Athletic are a massive, massive club. Wilmslow were superb in the Midlands, but just come up short when it went in the knockout stages. So it doesn't, for me. Poole would probably make that group just a little bit more tougher than maybe the other teams, but it doesn't matter because all 3 of these teams are tough teams, to be fair, to go up against. So not easy games for anyone. So let's crack on with this. So in Group A,
who do you think it's going to be? People, quickly put it in the comments. Quickly put it in the comments, people. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wilmslow Lightning.
Wilmslow. You have made it into Group A. Are you happy about that, Wilmslow?
And in Group B will be Poole Netball Club.
Number 2, Poole. There we go. Which leads. All in reverse order. There we go. There we go.
Leeds Athletic will go into, there you go, just to prove Leeds. There you go.
There we go. Well done.
Okay, so great. Do you know what? I think for the first time in a long time, I'm actually looking at these groups and seeing a well-balanced, like they're very well-balanced between regions. So it's come out well in terms of that. But for me, Group A by far, but it is probably the toughest group of them all. And I wouldn't put it past all 5 of those teams qualifying into potential top 8 in the thing. So, but it's going to be one hell of a battle. Every game there is so evenly matched. It's a joke. So let's do a quick recap. So Shan, champions of the South. Watson, champions of the East. Sutton Town, runners-up in the Midlands. Saddleworth, 3rd in the North. And Wilmslow Lightning, 4th in the Midlands, are Group A. In Group B, we have Kingsway Power, who won the North. Stars, who come runners-up in the East. Aces, who come runners-up in the South. Little Sutton, who come 3rd in the Midlands. And Poole, who come 4th in the East, who make up Group B. And in Group C, Ellesmere Port, who won the Midlands event. Rivington, who come runners-up in the North. AP Saints, who come 3rd in the East. Turnford, who come 3rd in the South. And Leeds Athletic, who come 4th in the North, make up Group C. So cannot wait. It's going to be a great competition. And Hayden, we all know Kingsway Power are probably the favourites to win this, but I've seen enough from Ellesmere Port to suggest that they could cause an upset. Watson are kind of, for me, are like you said, you don't know much of them. That's what I think makes them strong. No one knows really what they're about. So unless you go to the live stream and watch, they're kind of the dark horses because they are a very exceptional, talented team. Shan, as you know, they're an exceptional team as well. Sutton Town, half of that Sutton Town team won our under-12 Southern Conference. Think about that for a second.
Yeah, good point.
They've got the experience, and plus they're overall 5th best team in the country at an under-12 level, with
and
half of the
under-11.
So a lot of aces were fantastic in the South. The big club Turnford are in there. AP Saints, Rivington are new to this competition. I'm looking forward to seeing how they get on. So great platform for all these clubs, great platform for the players. And I look forward to seeing you all on Saturday Yeah, make sure you book before Friday. Well, on Friday, before Saturday, and come along and support the girls. And let's make a lot of noise and just get a good atmosphere inside the amazing Essex Sports Arena. But we're now going to move on to the under-14s.
Yeah. Can I just say, I'm just terrified at having to learn the names of all these 11-year-old girls to do some commentary with Colin. So,
you both kind of come and do the commentary. I wasn't going to tell anybody yet.
Well, Colin has a team in the competition, right? Well, at least one team in the competition. So, maybe I might be able to pull some other coaches aside to give me a bit of help on the comms as well.
That's a good idea. Like that.
Yeah.
See, he's influential. Right.
We've got Rowena there. We've got Hayley there. We've got Shan, Colin. Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. Coaches coming up chatting about it, going through the comments. Oh, it's gonna be good.
Hayden, you might even have Lauren there. She might be there. Can you grab her for the comms, mate?
I don't think that's likely, but yeah.
Actually, Hayden, we might have to put some security around you. Actually, mate, you have kind of upset the South. So we might have to put security around you to protect you, because I don't think you won't get out of there alive.
Oh my God! Look at all these teams that are there. Look, Kingsway. I've got Kingsway. I've got bodyguards from Kingsway, Ellesmere. Their parents will protect me. Yeah.
Right, let's go to the 14s.
There we go.
Okay.
Right, group of death.
Yeah, let's talk about our group of death. So I've gone for Kingsway Power. The treble. These are the treble chasers, the famous treble chasers. I've got Royals who won the South. Hayden was very impressed with them as well.
Very impressed.
Sorry.
Oldham could slip into a group with Kingsway Power and Royals as well, based on how it all works. So Kingsway Power, Royals, Oldham. Then I've gone for Ryland, who could go in that group, who come 4th overall in our grand finals, come 5th overall in the England national event. So you've got Ryland in there, and I've also put in as the 5th team, as the group of death, would be Bramall, a team who's managed or created by Daisy Lee's uncle.
Okay.
Well, I put in for the group of death: Kingsway Power, AP Saints, Oldham, Ryland, and Stars. What about you, Hayden? What did you put?
Yeah, so I don't know all the pots. So just get on with it. Just get on with it.
We sent you the pots. Don't give us that, mate. You're just not doing any work. You're too busy doing all the analysis on all the other games, mate.
Listen, do I expect you to spend hours going through these videos and coming up with all the highlights? Yeah. I'll do it.
All right, he wins that one. I'll stay quiet. Defo, no commentary from me. What? Why? Why no commentary?
That's the thing. Hey, listen. I'll learn all the names. So all you have to do is talk about netball. I make my co-commentators very comfortable. Ask Colin.
I'll tell you what, I'm very impressed with you on the under-15s, mate. Commentary with you and Colin. So you know what I mean. I'm looking forward to that. Absolutely. Right. Shall we get going then? Under-14s Netball Cup.
Here we go. So here we go. Oh, I'll tell you, AP Saints. I'm telling you what, I'm looking forward to this team this week, because they've got a bit of a superstar in their team who's just signed for their team, and which I think would, trust me, it's going to make such a big difference. So super excited to see this young lady roll onto the court at the amazing Essex Sports Arena. So here we go. Group A, Group B, Group C. In Group A will be, here they are, the famous treble chasers.
Right. Who did you put for your second one, Richard?
I put Royals.
You put Royals, and I put AP Saints. So let's just see how this turns out.
Kingsway Power going into Group A, a champion is guaranteed to play Kingsway Power.
That's what I mean. It's going to be cool.
I want to see Royals.
Here we go. Well, to be honest, I said to Martin, actually getting the better teams in the group could help you as you move through the competition. So sometimes it's not great playing, even though there's no easy team, it's not great sometimes winning all your games and just having an easy ride. But here we go. Group B. Number 5, Royals. My prediction.
The man got it. Fix. No. Is it me? Do I get it? Do I get it? Come on, do I get it?
Grangetown and AP
AP
Saints. I'll tell you what, Grangetown brought their under-13s to the Midlands, and they beat Oaksway's under 14s, Ryland's under 14s, Team Bridge's under 14s. Like, this team is incredible. So I'm looking forward to seeing them as well. And going into Group C will be AP Saints.
I want them to go Group A.
So that means Grangetown, for all your effort in the Midlands, you have to play Kingsway Power in the group stages. Okay. So
that's like you said, everything about it. It's going to be a hard group already. That's looking like you don't want to be in that group.
Kingsway Power champions in the north and Grangetown champions in the Midlands. Group B, Royals. Group C, AP Saints. Royals champions of the south. AP Saints champions of the east. Right, next ones.
Got 2 teams. Here we go. Oldham, Oaksway, Magic, KCNC.
Okay, so we've got Oldham, who come runners up in the north, Oaksway, who come runners up in the Midlands, Magic, who come runners up in the south, and Kent County Netball Club, who come runners up in the east. And going into Group B to face Royals will be number 1. That'd be a good game, Hayden.
Looking forward to that.
Oldham will go into Group B.
I tell you what, Group A and B, you're looking really hard.
Going into Group C will be KCNC, a repeat of the Eastern Finals final.
Oh, well remembered. How you remember this stat stuff? I can't believe it.
And going in.
Well, people, let us know in the comments. What group do you not want to be part of?
Will be number 4.
Magic. Oh, good luck, Magic.
I'll tell you what, this Group B already is materialising into the group of death because Oaksway will go into Group B. And Oaksway are one of those teams, on their day, they can take on anyone. So,
definitely.
Oaksway, Group B. So, Kingsway Power, Grangetown, Magic in Group A. Group B, Royals, Oldham and Oaksway. And Group C, AP Saints, KC, NC. Happy, everyone?
I'll tell you what, it's...
What's the tougher group for you so far, Hayden?
Group B.
Yep. Right, next one. Got some decent teams here. So Chester, Conquerors, MK Dons, Ryland. So yeah, Chester come 3rd overall in our Youth Netball Premier League Grand Finals. Ryland come 4th overall in our Youth Netball Premier League Grand Finals. So 2 teams there already who...
Oh, we lost him.
Oh, no.
You have to reboot his router again. Is he back? Oh, here we go. Look at this. Lynn Lashbrook says, happy no.
Oh, no. But we don't know what team, Lynn. You've got to tell us what team you're with.
Richard would know when he finally comes back. He'll be able to tell us. I'm really rubbish with names.
So I've seen a lot of these teams play, but like I love it when the sort of unknown teams come into these big competitions for the first time. So I think in the under-12s, we had like Old Bridgians come in from Kent. And they really stepped up and played a really unique style. But like looking at that Royals team, I sort of looked at the Southern Regionals, and they were a little bit unlucky to not get to the England Netball National Finals. I mean, I think some of their girls do well in a number of sports, so they weren't necessarily able to get their strongest team out for all of the Southern Regionals. So they finished behind Five Ways and Eagles, who did very well at the National Finals. But I'm very excited to see Royals against Oldham. Right, Richard's back with us.
Yeah. Oh, no.
He's back with us.
He's back.
I'm back.
All right, okay.
Okay, here we go. Right. So Chester, Conquerors, MK Dons, Ryland. Who's going into Group C? We're going to find out about now, and it's going to be Ryland.
Ryland. There we go. Ryland, you are in Group C. You have been allocated. Oh, there we go. Oh, wrong one. Hang on. Reload. There we go. You're in.
Okay, going into Group A, we have number one. Chester.
Oh, now my thing's gone. Yeah, there we go.
That's just made that group a little bit tougher, hasn't it?
Yeah. Fun of it, mate. The fun of it. Lynn Lashbrook. What team's Lynn Lashbrook?
Magic.
Magic. Oh,
Okay.
Going to Group B, number 4, MK Dons.
for MK Dons. Yeah.
That's a tough old group, Group B. And going into Group C will be Conquerors.
Yep. They're new to it as well, aren't they?
Number 2. So Group C have avoided any northern team so far.
Oh.
Mm.
Yeah.
Avoided, big time. Yeah.
Interesting.
So Kings of Power, Grangetown, Magic, Chester. That group is now looking very tough. Royals, Oldham, Oaksway, MK Dons, a very tough group in Group B as well. And AP Saints, KCNC, Ryland, and Conquerors in Group C. Right, for the final 3 teams.
Dun, 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 dun. Here we go. Here they come. They are there. I'm all Little Sutton Stars. Oh, sports people, let us know in the comments. Are you happy with the group that you're in?
Okay, so going into Group we got Bramall, who come 4th in the north. We got Little Sutton, who come 4th in the Midlands, and Stars 4th in the south.
All right.
Okay. Group A, number 4.
Stars. There we go. They've been allocated.
Oh,
Ooh, what's this?
Oh, whoa. I broke it. I broke the machine. There we go. That's what it is.
And left is Little Sutton and Bramall. So can Group C, can you get a northern team? Let's have a look. In Group B, no, you can't. Group B's just got a little bit tougher. Number 1, Bramall going in there.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Bramall. Oh, well, there we go.
Going into Group C will be Little Sutton, number 2. So there you go. There is the official draw for the ENG Under-14s Netball Cup 2023 National Finals. Group A, we have Kings of Power, Grangetown, Magic, Chester, Stars. Group B, we have Royals. This is so hard, this competition. Royals, Oldham, Oaksway, MK Dons, Bramall. What a tough group that is. I feel like a spectator. I want to be a fan for this. This is going to be great fun to watch. And in Group C, AP Saints, KCNC, Ryland, Conquerors, and Little Sutton.
I'm telling you, the Group B people, fill up the stalls, as they say, because you want that to be on, Court A. Because that's just going to be mental. I'll tell you.
That will take place on Sunday. Like the Saturday event, please book online. If you come on the day, you're going to pay more. And I've got Debbie there, my lovely security guard.
Oh, she's good. She's good, mate. You ain't getting. I tell you what, if your name's not down, you ain't covered in.
So, good luck to everyone. I'm going to send out all the fixtures tonight or tomorrow morning. But enjoy. It's going to be a good fun. And it's all about just providing the best opportunities for these young netballers. But we're now going to go into the Youth Netball Premier League, Under-13s, Grand Finals review. And we have head of video analysis from Jamaica, from Jamaica's national team, netball national team.
From England for Jamaica.
From England for Jamaica. He's busy trying to conquer the world at the moment because he's preparing for a World Cup. But on the side of that, he's helping netballers across the country just improve because he's identifying what goes well and what went wrong in our national finals. And you was telling me, Hayden, you had a lot to look at in this Under-13s one.
Yeah. So my mum was born in Jamaica. My dad was born in England. I would say that probably 95% of our audience would like to see Jamaica against England in the World Cup final. So I'm going to do my bit for Jamaica, but for the moment, trying to hopefully we can get a Jamaica-England final at a Commonwealth or a World Cup in the future.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, cool.
Who do you reckon? Who's your toughest challenge? Do you reckon in this upcoming World Cup?
No comment.
Oh, that's not like you, Hayden.
No comment. I'm not speaking on other international teams, but I'm happy to speak about Oldham and Telford, which is where we will begin.
Okay, let's do it.
Right.
All right, there you go. Yeah. There's your screen.
Right, Telford, big netball club, finished second in the Your Southern Conference and faced Oldham in the quarterfinals. Right, so I think Hayley was in the chat last week, and one of the things that she said is, one of the reasons that these teams are, from the Northwest and more advanced is they start their pathways from a younger age. Right, so I think if you look at like under 15s and under 16s, now when those girls were 12 and 13, we were in lockdown. But this generation of players from the Northwest coming through now, they're coming through pathways at a young age. So this game, Oldham won it comfortably. At halftime, it was 23-5. So we're just going to look at some clips offensively and defensively off the centre pass to explain why Oldham was able to build an 18-point lead at halftime.
Oh, I forgot to play that thing beforehand. Sorry.
Okay, so you guys can choose. What do you want to start with? Do you want to start with the Oldham attack on the centre pass or the Oldham defence?
Can we quickly show that video that you put out there?
Oh, okay, yes. Oh, the preview video.
No, I can bring it up. I've got it. I can press play. Don't worry.
I don't think you need to bring that up because he's going to go through it.
Yeah, I'm going to go through that. All those clips are going to be in the show.
Oh, okay. Go on then.
Okay, so guys, what do you want? Oldham attack or Oldham defence?
I want to see attack.
I was going to say attack. I like attack first.
Right, so we will cover, but we will start with the Oldham attack. Okay, so one thing I've noticed is you could be talking about Kingsway or Leeds in the same manner, but these teams are extremely structured off the centre pass, right? So they're winning by 18 at half time. Is it they've got better shooters? Is it they move the ball better? No, what it is they're really getting a big advantage in the first two passes. So, right, I just need to adjust my volume a second. Okay, do this. Okay.
Overhead passes as well, Hayden.
Well, we're gonna talk when we come to talk about stars.
Excuse me.
Yeah, then we will talk about passing a little bit. All right.
Let us know in the comments as what you think about this, everybody.
Yeah.
I've got a few comments from parents.
And, I have had to eat my words a little bit after spending a lot of time watching stars in the past week. It has made me change my perspective a little bit. So I hope Alison's watching because we do have some very nice shoulder passes in tonight's show. Anyway, so Oldham's attack. Okay. All right, it's number one. These are different clips, by the way. It's not the same. It's not a repeat.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's two different clips, right?
Yeah, it's two.
It just looks like exactly the same.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, it's the same. Yeah. The ball's coming from the same angle every time.
I love your analysis, man. I love this.
Okay. That's the thing. I'm not a level 3 netball coach, but I'm good on sort of picking up patterns and stuff like that, right? So literally, we can Oldham was just asserting itself on the centre pass, and literally, like we said, right, you want to get the ball in 3 passes. So when you play these teams, if you're coming from the south or from anywhere, but even like in the north, they kind of separate themselves. You need to be super structured off the centre pass, right? So if we break it down a little bit. What you see, especially at younger age groups, is the wing attack and the goal attack both going over the line to get the centre pass, right? Which means if they both go over the line, it means not one of them's going to be able to go to the pocket to get the second phase. But what Oldham are doing here, so basically, okay, I think this is the goal attack here. I probably need to make my mouse bigger again. My mouse won't bigger again. Let me just do that. Okay, mouse. This one, make it pink, and okay, right. So, okay, so I think this is the goal attack we've got here, and then you'll see the wing attack initially, right? She's going forward. So on the top of the screen, okay. So you've got the wing attack going forward, right, and then she'll bring that player up. The centre's got the back to the ball, so she can't see what's happening. So you bring them up, but then as soon as this ball goes, she's just created that space into the pocket here. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So basically, if you're sorry, that's the goal attack. Yeah. So what the goal attack's done is, right. So the wing attack problem's going to come and get the pass, but she's gone up. So because she's coming up, the goal defense, her momentum is coming forward to go up with her. But basically, because this is a set play, she knows she's not trying to get the ball, right? So her movement is just to get the goal defense, bring her momentum forward, and then quickly go to the pocket. So that's a set play that's already been decided in the huddle, right? So these teams, Leeds, Oldham, Kingsway, are super structured. So she just brings her up, bang, pocket, and you look at the space there, and then it's pretty routine from now on. And then literally same thing. Yeah, this one, again, she just rolls around the goal defense, gets that space. Yeah. So if you want to play these elite teams to the north, you have to study them. You have to be structured on the centre pass, and you have to know what kind of stuff that they're running. And I think, Richard, in a previous show, you talked about what do you want to give up. Maybe, because this ball into the pocket is going to kill you, so maybe you want to be a little less aggressive contesting the first phase and maybe sink back a little bit and try and work harder to defend the second phase. Okay, so that was the Oldham attack. Now we'll go to the Oldham defence, which is just as scary as the attack. So... again, I would say the big thing is like these teams, they don't even let you get the ball in. Like literally, they're flying over the line on the centre pass, right? And it's hard for the centre even to get the ball in play. So we've got one here. And what they do is they work really well together. So if you look at the bottom right of the screen, you'll see the centre and the wing defence working really well to shut down the wing attack. Yeah, so that's the double team.
Yeah.
At the top of the screen, the goal defense has got a nice front position on the... so the goal attack hasn't even come off over the line. So she's shut down. Where can I go? Where can I go? Held ball. Yeah. Can't get it in.
Okay.
Right, next one.
This just reminds me of NFL, man. Like stopping the quarterback.
So again, comes through. So basically here now you've got sort of the centre and the goal defence at the top working to stop the wing attack. The goal attack, and then you've got the wing attack coming through. But like these girls, they get off the line so quickly. So basically now if you look at the bottom right of your screen, it's a race.
Yeah. And she's already read it, hasn't she? She's got that ball.
Yeah, she's just read it, yeah.
And that's over a second, isn't it? That's literally that's what we're talking here. That's you slowed it down.
Yeah. So the problem for what Turnford's doing wrong here is you see how the wing attack starts right on the line. She's not doing any prelim moves. So once the defender comes here, it's kind of obvious where she's going to go, right? There's only really one place for her to run, and that's straight ahead. Yeah. Right. So basically, as a wing attack, which we're going to see some devastating moves later on, but you want to be doing some moves using a bit of trickery, so it's not obvious where you're going to go. Because once it's obvious where you're going to go, and you're going up someone equally as quick or quicker than you, they're going to get to the ball first. So, yeah.
Yeah, too easy.
Yeah. Again,
what,
this is all in the first quarter.
In these summer holidays, I think there's going to be extra coaching lessons coming.
I'm just going to run through these clips, but again, more pressure. See, and so the answer to that is a wing attack with a bit of trickery to get off the line better, but B, like your wing defense and your goal defense, they need to really get up the court quickly. So here, Turnford have done quite well because they've got the ball to the goal defense. So when your wing attack and your goal attack are struggling to get off the line and get a centre pass, you do need your wing defense and your goal defense to come up and support. And we see that a lot actually with Turnford under 15s with Ella and Brogan, but particularly Ella in that position. But again, okay, they solved the first problem by the goal defense getting the centre pass, but now the ball's back at the roughly halfway, so you're going to have to work harder to score, and eventually the pressure, like it just mounts, and so they're just causing so much havoc off the centre pass. Right, so a couple more. So that was a held ball. This will go to the second quarter now. Yeah. So again, and here actually, see, I said I want a wing attack with a bit of trickery. Here, if you look at the Turnford wing attack, she's trying to move, she's dodging, she's going in, she's going out.
Yeah.
But
but she's been locked down, especially with the girl with the, what centre is literally watching exactly. Just wow.
So what they do is that they have a clear responsibility, right? They're working together of who's going to control what space. So basically, if she tries to go between the two of them, that's kind of both of their responsibilities. If she starts going sort of towards the bottom of the screen, then the centre will take over. And if she starts going more to the top of the screen, then that will be the wing defence taking over. So the centre and the wing defence work really well together. So when she starts going here, you see the centre, she takes that responsibility now on her own. But then when she goes back to the middle, now both of them take that responsibility, to take her out. So she can't get the ball. Ball has to go back. Yeah.
That's just... Do you know what? I don't even pick up on that because obviously I'm just chasing the ball with the camera. But when you break that down like that, that's just like there's a lot going on there, isn't there?
A lot, yeah. And then this is the last one on the defense. But again, so you'll see the center's got her hair, but so the two of them force the ball back, error.
Pressure's on. Yeah, nothing open. You got to make it. You got 3 seconds, haven't you, to pass that ball?
Because you're in panic mode, right? Once you can't get the ball to your wing attack, now you've got to turn and look for a goal defense or a wing defense, but maybe you've got half a second to release the ball. So you have to do something. But basically, like, these teams are putting so much pressure on you, you cannot even really get the ball in play. Like, we've seen so many just errant passes and held balls. And it's not necessarily the attackers, you're the center, making a bad pass. It's that Oldham is so structured, they're forcing the mistakes. Right.
Wow.
This one, we love Oldham with the set plays. This I didn't see a signal, but it looks like a set play. So this is really nice. So basically on attack, so you're going to see at the top, I think that's the wing attack. So the wing attack drives out and she draws the attention of the center and the wing defense, right? So they both move to the left, to the right. Well, they're right. So that now opens up the middle of the court for the goal attack. So this play is not designed for the wing attack, even though she's at the front and the first to move. It's designed for the goal attack. Or maybe if she's only one player goes with her, she'll get the ball. But as soon as two players go with her, it's the goal attack. So she draws two, and then she's opened up this lovely space in the middle here. Goal attack's come through, taken it. Now wing attack's gone.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Clinical.
Wow.
I'm right through the middle. The reason I think this is a set play is because if you look after they score, the players start dapping each other up. So if you look here, they start clapping. So just show that again. Yeah.
Nothing gets away from the young Hayden, I tell you.
But it looks like they've done it in practice, because obviously when you've gone to Oldham practice and they've made you run it like 10 times to get it right, when you come and do it in the game, everyone's super happy because all that effort you've put in practice has paid off. So we'll just
these little signs you're finding, mate, is brilliant.
That is good.
Yeah,
the magic free passes, Hayden.
Yeah, and even back with those 3 passes, right through the middle of the court. It's like a hot knife. Right? So which is last time, but literally the ball moves in a straight line. Look,
it does, doesn't it?
Yeah,
everybody goes into position. They know exactly where it's going.
They know exactly what's happening before it's happening. So like, it's terrifying to play against these teams, and it's kind of like you're chasing shadows. So Oldham won that game 36-16, up 23-5 at halftime. Okay, now we will go to another quarterfinal, and we have Stars against Bury.
I'm not being funny, Hayden. I think you're going to have some security around you, because you're giving away some secrets here, are you?
It's good for the coaches, right? So listen, these we know that Oldham is the most, when it comes to structure, they're the best across all age groups. They don't ever make any mistakes on sort of like out of play, sort of inbounds, baseline inbounds, penalty passes. Even compared to Kingsway, compared to Leeds, whatever, there's a gap. I found like 0 mistakes, and I've watched a lot of Oldham across all of the age groups, like over doing these 4 shows. So okay, because it's like when the whistle goes, it's like, Richard, you're a footballer, kind of you just wants to rest for 5 minutes when the whistle goes. But like with Oldham, when the whistle goes, they immediately just like run into the correct positions to run the next play. So it's and that's hard to teach children. But they're super driven.
Hard to teach adults, mate. What are you talking about?
Exactly. Okay, so now we will get to our second quarterfinal, and this was a close affair because after 3 quarters, it was 15-14 to Stars. And no, after 3 quarters, it was 21-21, and Stars managed to pull away and win 30-24. So, right, we will show some Stars transitions. And I would say, like, compared to sort of Kingsway in the north with the overhead, like with Stars, you see a range of passes, you see a lot of shoulder passes, and you see them executed to a very high level. So we'll just run these plays. So shoulder pass, brilliant shoulder pass.
Well, that was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's good.
So that's
Well, the thing is, like you said last week, we're not Hayden, and I'm kind of drawn to Hayden's kind of view on things. But he's not saying you shouldn't throw these passes. What he's saying is, if you're not capable, the most safest way to get it across the court is above your head. So he's not saying you shouldn't throw these passes, but if you physically can't or you haven't got the skill to do it, just get it above your head and throw it. Simple as that.
So basically, I've not really called it a shoulder pass. I've called it a suicide pass. So from the point of view that it's basically impossible with the hand size for a 12 or 13-year-old girl to throw that pass, right? So the teams in the Northwest are very efficient because they use the two-handed overhead, which is a safer pass, but they execute it to a very high level. Now, what Melissa's done at Stars is she's taught all of her players to throw a range of passes, and you see overhead, shoulder, chest, and we're going to see some bounce passes later on. And all of her team, right? Because this goalkeeper for Stars is probably the best passing goalkeeper across all the age groups. Like, we just saw her do one shoulder pass there, but that wasn't the one that I put in the preview clip, which was even better. So her goal defense is an exceptional passer, and her wing defense. So yeah, we're going to see that from this clip now, where literally I think the whole team touches the ball. And yeah, it's kind of slow, but they just methodically, the ball's never at risk. It never looks like Bury are going to get the ball, but they just methodically move it. Yeah, and they're just all very comfortable.
Yeah, it looks chilled, doesn't it?
It does, actually. Yeah. Surprised they didn't have a picnic in between.
And so,
thanks for joining FOFPL.
Yeah. So, but like I said, they have the longest winning streak in your leagues currently in the country, right? This Stars team. And that's
19 games.
So it's like, if you're not going to do, like we say, Paul, like, where they just rapidly, like 3 passes, moving the ball down the court very quickly, if you are going to be a bit more methodical, what you need is a whole team that's really good passers. So the wing defense and the goal defense have to be good passers, because sometimes you might not be able to go forwards and you have to go back. So that is the strength of this Stars team. Right, now we're going to show a little bit of Bury and what they were doing well in this game. I think I'm going to highlight one player. I think her name is Bella De Jager, part of the Manchester Thunder pathway. And we're going to see some of her here, a goal attack. So she comes here and takes the second phase. And she does, if you can look at her in the top right of your screen, she does a lovely front cut here on the goal defense. So she pretends like she's going like down the line. And then she just cuts across her.
All right, yeah. Yeah,
and takes this one. Gives it off, nice movement, and then she takes this one. Yeah, and a couple of penalties, and they eventually score. So, like, this was a really tight game. Bury were doing some good things. I'm going to show some more Bury here as well. So they get, a little interception here.
What was it in the end, do you believe, that gave Stars the edge? Because it was quite tight up until like the last quarter.
So Bury score, get the centre pass. And then, and it's Bella De Jager was sort of instrumental in all of their attacking plays. But again, like Bury, you see here, they're very comfortable moving around the circle. You've got shooter passing. So, that was Bury, right? Then we were going to
Stars were the only team from the south to advance into the semi-finals. So flying the flag for the south in that competition.
Yes. And then just a little thing here. So when we talk about like how structured Oldham, and we're going to get to Leeds and Kingsway later on the centre pass, like just little things like here, with Bury, where you see the goal attack and the wing attack like run into the same space and collide with each other.
Oh yeah.
And eventually it just disrupts the timing, and then it leads to the interception.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the fact that they ran into each other, is that because they're just working off the cuff?
Yeah, exactly. So normally you want to be in a position, right, where you can both. So the person at the back, right, the person at the back here. So we've got the goal attack on the green line. You can see here, and the wing attack's not quite in shot. So you want to be in a position where, if it's not a set play, that you're slightly behind. So if the goal attack goes right, you go left, or if the goal attack goes through the middle, you go left. So you don't want to be going in the same space, right? But basically, if they're both acting independently, then there's a chance that they both run into the same position. So it looks like the wing attack, who's at the back here, she's just kind of seen this space and running into this space, but she's not noticed that the goal attack has, is in front of her and is trying to go into that space. But what we see with the structured offense of Kingsway Leeds Oldham is it's all clear, right? Sometimes the wing attack and the goal attack are moving, and then they're not even trying to get the ball. They're just doing a fake move to go to the pocket, as we've just seen with Oldham. So there was that, right? Okay, then we're going to show a couple of just some clips now of how Stars managed to. Yeah, there was a tactical change. So this all right. So we'll get here. So this was the So this was the clip we showed in the preview. So yeah, missed shot, interception. And when we talk about the range of passing from Stars, so we see the goalkeeper here with the ball. Here's the ball held high immediately, like you would see with a Northern team, right? So she dishes it off, then she gets it back, and then that's probably one of the best passes in the whole tournament. And like I said, I basically said that 12 and 13-year-old girls don't have strong enough shoulders and don't have big enough hands to throw this pass correctly. And she's like, yeah, okay, Hayden. And she's just like, throw this on a line.
I've done it.
So yeah, if Melissa's on the live chat, or Sandra or Luke, right? They can So yeah, she's kind of making me eat my words a little bit with that pass. But as I said,
that's good though, isn't it? They might have even been training to do that, to incorporate it.
And it's not the same thing, right? So as I said, we've got an overhead from her here. We've got chest pass, shoulder pass. Yeah. So with Stars, you're just seeing the full variety. Everyone can pass. Everyone can throw the little bounce pass there. Everyone can pass. Everyone can do all the different passes. And it's just the variety of their attack makes them very hard to defend. The shooter, here played very well. And we're going to highlight a bit more as well in the Kingsway game. And then there was a tactical change. So if we could look at the score now on the screen, it's in the third quarter. There's 2 minutes left. But I think it's 19-all. So Bury made a tactical change. They decided to do a hard double team on the goal shooter, right? So what that means is the goal defense and the goalkeeper are basically sticking to the goal shooter from day one. So there's different ways of doing a double team. You might do it immediately off the centre pass. You might wait for the centre pass to go in. So the goal defense might come up to the green line to kind of make it look like it's not a double team, and then immediately you go back. But she's just back to begin with. So if you look at the goal attack here on the right-hand side of the screen, she actually has no one defending her.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then if you look at the circle here, they're not on body, but basically there's two players kind of on the goal shooter, right? So tactical change from Bury, but then Stars. So the problem is because you've told them both to
stay on.
Okay, to double team. Hang on, let's run this through. So what the goal attack's got to do, she's got to be very precise about how she plays herself in. Okay, so at the moment the goal attack is far from the circle, and it's going to be hard to get the goal shooter the ball because she's got two defenders on her. So it's very important that the goal attack does the right thing. So you see she's very patient here. She gets the ball. Yeah, this one, and then because the two defenders are on the goal shooter, now you've got this space at the top of the circle.
And you've got a free person as well, haven't you?
Yeah. So there's one here, and then they're eventually. Okay, she's eventually going to score here. And
did Stars work that out themselves? Did the girls work out what was going on? Because obviously with that change.
Yeah, so there was a couple of teething problems. So we see here, 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. It's 25-23. like maybe 1 or 2 errors, but I would say overall the Stars players worked out, whether it is by the coaches or whether it's by themselves, because they did kind of start it in the third quarter. They worked it out. So, and we're going to see some really nice footwork here from the Stars goal shooter. So when we'll see it from this camera angle. So you'll see her just like come forwards, spin, go back.
Oh, brilliant.
Okay. Whistle, go back, go forwards. Yeah.
That's
so
good.
yeah, we'll just show that again. But yeah, if you're a goalkeeper. So yeah, if you're a goalkeeper, this is a nightmare. And you see the goalkeeper's head's just spinning.
Yeah. And that's wearing, isn't it, on your health, or on your physical being as well. That's
on your limbs, yeah.
But like, yeah, that's what Colin says, right? You don't necessarily need to have like tall shooters. Like if you've got speed and mobility, you can use that. But then like this girl is very tall and very mobile, so that's a nightmare to defend. And I think we're going to show her here. We showed a really nice shoulder pass. So here's the goal shooter on the ball here, and just a little bounce pass in there for fun. Yeah, that may look simple, but again, like there's a lot of defenders, a lot of congestion. She's in a position here where she can also shoot, right? So she's got a lot of decisions to make here, and she's just gone bang. And yeah, that's a really nice pass.
It's not used enough.
It's not actually.
No,
I agree with that.
Right. So yeah, this is Stars 27-24 with a minute to go, and Stars won the game. And that was sort of the two games I want to show from the quarterfinals. So now we can get on to the semi-finals, and we will head to Stars again against Kingsway Power.
If I remember, they didn't start particularly well, did they?
Yeah, it's again, right. So we showed with the Oldham against Turnford, where are they getting the advantage? Literally, they're making life so difficult for you that you can't get the ball in. So, okay, I think that's okay. So Stars started well. This is the first centre pass. And like I said, this is against Kingsway, right? So this patient attack they have, it can work against the best team in the country. All their players are involved. Everyone's moving. Looks very controlled.
Yeah, very much so.
That's Stars netball. And as I said, like
that's a lot of passes, wasn't it? That was a lot of passes there, actually.
Yeah, a lot of passes, but the ball never looked at risk, right? So
it never did.
Right. Generally, you want to score like in as few passes as possible, because we say like every time you pass, you're kind of giving the defense an opportunity to potentially getting interception. But if you can make 10 passes and it looks like that the defenders are not really close to the ball, that's still a controlled nice, safe offense as well. So where it went wrong for Stars, right, we're going to get back to the centre passes. And again, you can choose. Would you want to talk about Kingsway's attack, or do you want to talk about Kingsway's defence first?
Attack.
Right, so we want to look at the Kingsway attack.
Not the attack.
Okay. Right.
Let us know, people in the comments. Are you getting value from this? Let us know. Especially if you watch it on the replay as well.
Right, so the problem with Stars defensively, and we were showing what Oldham doing to Turnford, they let Kingsway get the ball in very easily. So I'm just going to show clip after clip here. Right, and you said to me before the final, I think Leeds are going to win. And I'm like, I don't bet against Kingsway, because I know they've got other levels to go to. They've got more they can go to. So against this defense, Kingsway only really have to operate at 75% to be effective. So they just get the ball so easy on first phase. Yeah, and then they score. Right. But I'm not going to show the scoring, but I'm just going to show how easy it is for them to get the ball in compared to what we see. Well, what you're going to see when
Stars when you're playing teams like Kingsway Power, you've got to make it hard. Like, don't allow them just to waltz into scoring positions.
Yeah, they're just waltzing in. No pressure off the centre pass. So very comfortable. And literally, yeah, there's... Okay.
Oh, that's a great catch.
Just doesn't look like there's enough pressure on him, does it?
No pressure. And as I said, that I think it's scary as I said, under 16s, when they were 12 and 13, we were in a pandemic, but these girls, 12 and 13 in Manchester Thunder and these Rhinos pathways, as well as at their clubs, working on all this structure. So literally, they're getting so much an advantage in the first two passes, offensively and defensively. Even if you have really great netball players, you're not going to be able to catch up. So I think we're okay. So again, like this one is kind of bad as well, because if you look, like, okay, we can only see the center there, but like, yeah, we see the 3 stars players in the middle of the court, and it's just too easy.
Left wide open.
Yeah. So
so do you reckon that's a breakdown in communication in the team, or that Kingsway put themselves into a position without them knowing? Which
Martin, I personally think it's the Mike Tyson effect.
Go on.
Mike Tyson used to walk into the ring, and he used to scare the opponent witless, and he used to admit that most of his fights he won, he knew he'd win because the other person just didn't fancy it. And
psychology at its best.
I think Kingsway Power come with that, with such that kind of psychological edge. They're so intense. They back themselves as well. You know, they're one of those teams that they do believe they are the best, regardless of what anyone else thinks, or regardless of what a table says. They will never admit that anyone else is better than them. I think just that intensity kind of shrinks the teams a little bit. And I think here, Stars, they're just not intense enough. And
yeah, they're not intense enough on first phase.
Against Kingsway Power, you've got to be intense. It just
so,
looks
like,
very
easy.
You know,
right?
you can grab the ball.
Yeah.
Which is definitely the wrong way to, like, if you're watching Saturday and Sunday, if you allow Kingsway Power just waltz through the court, grab the ball nicely, you might as well pull out a white flag.
So we're going to talk technically. So you've talked about sort of the mental side of it, right? But technically, there are some things that Stars can do better, right? And I see a lot of, especially even with Oldham, actually, the centre's got the back to the ball, which that's not ideal because, like the head coach of Jamaica, Connie, says, when you have the back to the ball, you can only react to what the players do, but you cannot react to what the ball does. So ideally, you need to be seeing both the player and the ball so that you can react to the player and you can react to the ball, right? And actually, we're going to show a big difference when we start showing what Kingsway Power's doing on defence and what Faith, their centre, does and how she affects on the centre.
Well, you showed Oldham doing that earlier where it was very effective.
Against Turnford. So what happens is here is that the goal attack for Kingsway drives out here, right? And she's drawn the attention of the centre and the goal defence, right?
Yeah.
But this play isn't run for her. This is a set play, right? So you see where that green line is. She is not actually going to go over that green line and try and get the ball. What she's trying to do is draw the attention of the centre and the goal defence. And actually, now Lottie just comes off here and takes this one. And now you've got big problems because she's got the ball. The centre has got the inside position on the Stars centre. The goal attack is already ahead of the goal defence coming into the circle. So it's like it's their structure. You're tricking their centre and goal defence to come forward when you're going back. And now, yeah, it's the goal shooter comes out, but you're just basically chasing shadows now.
I'll have to disagree with you. Go back a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh. I like disagreeing. Okay. Right. So let's have a look here. So play just a couple of seconds.
Yep.
If you look at all the Stars players, I'm actually, if I was coach, I'd be quite happy because they are literally marking and they're getting back. And look, Kingsway Power just an immense team, but I think they kind of got themselves in the right places.
Right. So from a still image, it looks like they're kind of close, right? So it looks like the goal defense here is on the goal attack. But like the thing with these guys, like if they start from a body position, if you give them a yard, that's all they need to get the ball. So it looks like the goalkeeper's kind of with the goal shooter, but like this is very comfortable, right? And then you've got another breakdown here where with the wing defense on the wing attack. So when this ball's thrown, right, ideally she needs to be anticipating where the wing attack's going to go. So if we see here, but what she's doing is she's looking at the pass. So now she's not looking at the goal she's supposed to be defending. So now the wing attack's gone, right? Can you see that? So wing defense is still looking at the ball. Wing attack's heading to the other side of the circle, right?
Yeah.
Now she starts to go. Yeah, but it's too late.
Right. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah. So eventually they, Kingsway score, but it's just
but that's great play by Kingsway, isn't it? Though.
Great play, yes.
Yeah, she's read that. She's run across. Okay, but Stars weren't like. Their players were.
Listen, we're talking about the 4th best team in the country, and we're talking about the 4th best team in the country. Like the other good teams in that age group, that they're all here, right? Some of the other age groups, some good teams didn't turn up, right? But this under 13s, we had like all the top teams here. So, okay, then we will go to. So we're going to look some.
I just think Kingsway were a bit, you know, what I mean, cleverer, just cleverer and speedier. Just that's all that was.
So we looked at Stars defensively. Now we're going to look at what pressure Kingsway put on Stars when it's Stars centre pass. Okay,
go on.
So and the key difference here is with the centre. So like Faith, the centre, Faith gambles, the centre for, or Barlow gambles, the centre for Kingsway. She is immense defensively. So what you're going to see here is Stars come to the line. Yeah, and like it's just they don't even get the ball in, right? And it all starts with this working together. So if you look at the top.
But were they trying to do a set play, and that's why the ball got passed where it did, and the girl didn't do it?
Stars do have some set plays. Let's see.
We need to bring Luke in.
Yeah.
So what you've got here, and what Kingsway do is they kind of vary it, so you don't know who the centre's going to mark, right? So it's unclear at the moment. The centre, she may come and help on the wing attack or on the goal attack. So what she's doing here is she's looking at the defenders, but she can turn and actually see the ball, right? She can see what the centre's doing out of the corner of her eye. Yeah. So she's seeing, and she's got beautiful balance there, but now she can see the ball.
And she's putting her hand out to make herself bigger.
So she's locked down. Yeah. We've got I think this is wing attack gone wide here. Okay. And then the wing defense, what I said is you need a wing defense and a goal defense to work really hard. So the wing defense from Stars has come down to get the ball, but like the wing attack just matches her effort defensively and just get a little tip.
All right. Yeah. I didn't see the tip. Yeah. She got the tip.
So the wing attack got the tip there.
Clever.
Okay, and then going back to passing. Okay, so again, we see Stars with all the range of passes, but the downside to it is here. So you see I think it's the goal attack, get the ball here, right? So she catches it, sort of the ball's roughly, she's jumping, but it's sort of high chest area. Then she brings it down, so it's at her waist now. Then she brings it up, and it's at her face now. Then she brings it down, and it's at her waist now. Then she brings it up to a shoulder pass. Then she hesitates. Then she tries. Overhead, and it ends up with a held ball. So
and it also allowed the centre to see what was going on and cover over the player.
So I'll just run this again in real time.
Oh, wasn't it?
Right. So I'm sure, and we see a little bit of this with Lily at Sutton Town. We can show Stars doing all this range of passing, chest, shoulder, whatever, but still with young children. I think that the coaches of the Northwest are going to say, we simplify the passing mechanism. So the girls hold the ball up high and it stays up high, and 100% of their effort is focused on who am I going to pass to. Whereas when you see Stars, when you start doing this, now you're thinking about what pass as well as who to pass to. And remember, you only got 3 seconds.
Yeah.
So as I said, there's no right or wrong answer, right? But yeah, it has a plus side and a downside, right? So we're going to show some more Kingsway power pressure off the centre pass. Again, if you look at the position of the centre here, so she's actually, because she's seeing the ball, and also she has a great feel for what's happening behind her, right? So if you look at I think that's the goal attack is closest to at the top of the screen. So she's looking to the bottom of the screen, but she has a good sense of what's happening at the top of the screen. So it kind of looks like she's going to come to the bottom of the screen now. But she actually senses that and goes there and kind of shuts off the option at the top of the screen. Great position here at the bottom of the screen from the defender. Now where can we go with the ball? We have to go back. Yeah. So now Stars are going to try and do 1 million passes to try and score, which they're capable of. But it's just a case of if you keep applying pressure, eventually, right, it might lead to a mistake. But here, yeah, okay, we get a missed shot or whatever. But I think they're going to score. But it's just this pressure from Kingsway on the centre pass. We're going to show. If anyone tries to flame me, if the Kingsway people want to flame me when I'm saying that Oldham have the best set plays, here's one here. Goal defence out of play. We see Oldham every time run this perfect. We see Kingsway, no, little tip. So that's the difference between Oldham is best in the country at that. Never have I ever seen that from any Oldham team at any age group in your finals. Okay, then we will go to.
So what would you say Kingsway Power do better than Oldham then?
Well, yeah, but imagine if Kingsway Power get all their sort of set play routines and all their inbounds plays to the same quality as Oldham. They're going to be even better again. Okay.
Oh, Lauren. Oh, you might get a call from Lauren, mate.
Yeah. Yeah, but no team's perfect, right? So all these teams are going to learn off each other. But what's scary is
for improvement.
Yeah, if the best team starts like learning off the other teams and goes from like being like 98% to 99.5%, then it's scary. So again,
we're definitely going to make it a little bit more interesting next season. I do think a lot of people are going to be looking at all this, and it's going to.
Yeah. So again, we're looking at the Kingsway Power defence here off the centre pass, and we see the centre just patrolling. Ball comes through. Yeah, and they just like force you backwards and force you sideways and just like increase the chance of that.
If you go back there again,
yeah,
if you look at the off the ball stuff, like they're not allowing anyone to run off them. If you watch this young girl for Kingsway Power tracking the run of the goal attack here. Watch her.
Yeah, the goal defence is at the bottom of the screen. Yeah,
work ethic. And if you run it through.
Yeah, and then the other thing as well, Martin, you were talking about being close. You see, like the wing defense from Kingsway has also got a front position, right? So basically, if you're going to throw it to them, you're going to have to throw it in the air. Like you're not going to be able to get a short, flat pass in. So we'll run it through tracking.
Look at the tracking. Look, doesn't give them an inch.
Yeah. And then like the Kingsway Power wing defense. I think her name is. I forgot. Amelie Bramer. So she does something amazing here. We're going to show 2 clips of her doing this. So this is the goal shooter now with the ball for stars. And when she releases it, she does stage 3 defense to actually stop the goal shooter getting in the circle. Right. So like normally goal shooters, can be pretty strong and pretty tough. So you've got a wing defense like on a goal shooter there. Right.
Is she holding her back?
No, but you see she's got her 2 arms there just anticipating. So she's not holding her. Yeah, she's not pushing her, but she's just delaying the goal shooter's entry into the circle, which is going to mean that only the goal attack's in there. So now the goalkeeper and the goal defence for Kingsway are thinking, right, we've got a 2-1 advantage in the circle. So if this ball goes into the circle, we're going to win. So now the goal shooter's coming in, little pass, but what happens is...
Look at that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this wing defence is putting in double work here, right? So she stops the goal shooter coming, disrupts that, then comes... and just sets it up for the goalkeeper to get the tip.
Are you allowed to put your hand?
Then she's out. Yeah, and then she's out in transition. Yeah.
Yeah, and again, it's just effort as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, the work rate is unbelievable.
This is incredible. So she's blocking the goal shooter there. Then she's going for a little tip here. Okay, now we've got the ball. Now she's off depth.
Oh, look at that! Just goes.
With the 2-handed overheads. Yeah. And that's Kingsway Power netball. Like that's
Yeah, they're just off the scale. That's why I go.
So again, Richard, we talk about tracking players and pressure. Little tip there. Yeah, we'll have that one, and then we're off running. Next one.
It was just a bit like that Turnford Oldham game. It was just too easy for Oldham to pick the ball up and the attacking.
But the key to all of this defense is the play at the center. Like she's so good. She's always in the right position, and her feet and her eyes always in the right position to sort of do multiple things. So like there, this one is. So she actually draws.
He forces the chat.
I don't know, but if we've got umpires in there, so this is kind of a who. So yeah, she does contact her there because she basically goes with her shoulder into the space
coming in.
But that's the physicality, right? These Kingsway defenders are prepared to put their body on the line to stop you.
No, and that again, an important thing there, that she's willing to put everything on the line to disrupt.
Yes,
she's just disrupting, and that's it.
Disruptive and yeah, again, disrupting. There's her again, just getting a little tip. Yeah, Stars managed to keep the ball. Again, yeah. So we just see the defense. Everyone's covered, and then okay, nice pass here. But again, I think that's her getting a little tip there. But yeah, so fantastic defense there from Kingsway, and more. They've got very active hands as well. Like the girls are all up; they're all looking to get sort of little tips. So yeah, you'll see this one come in here. So the goal attack gets the ball here, and then what the goal defense does, she sort of anticipates this pass, but she doesn't just run and shut her down. You basically taught to give the illusion of space and then come in at the last minute. So when the goal attacker sort of moves, she's anticipating this one. Great anticipation, little tip.
Oh, that was.
Yeah, I'll have that. And so but all the pressure stems off the centre pass, right? And I think, okay, and then we've got a little battle here as well. Yeah, so you see the frustration with the Stars goal attack because she got called here. She was just using her hands just to push the, yeah, you see that little push there? So this is good. The umpire's saying she just pushed the Kingsway centre fade and she's got called for it. The umpire's called it immediately. So again, it's the pressure they're putting on you is forcing you to have to like push people aside or whatever. She's willing to put her body on the line. So like all of this pressure, and like this was, what was the score at halftime? It was...
Richard, I think next season we might have to bring Hawkeye, you know, FBL's idea of it, because it looks like a lot's going on this.
Oh, there's more to come. We haven't
even
got to the main game yet.
But you know what? Like this is what annoys me. Just by slowing it down, you're missing stuff.
Yeah.
Umpires get such a bad rap in netball. It's one of the hardest sports to officiate. And people have the audacity to be abusive and to run them down. Like I reffed for the first time ever in a football tournament on Thursday, and it's not easy. It's not easy at all. And to think that you've got to look at a million different things in netball at the same time as trying to keep order is horrendous. Like I can't believe anyone would have the front to abuse or slag umpires off.
Well, yeah, okay, it's okay for me. I can come on here and it's not even we're showing stuff in slow motion, right? We're going through it frame by frame, and
yeah, exactly.
We're about.
That's a great point. You're doing it frame by frame. This is all happening in a millisecond.
Yeah, even going frame by frame, right? I still have to show it. You know, sort of explain to you, or you might not see it like straight away. So when you like. Yeah, when you as an umpire, when you have to do it, it's hard. I would never umpire, but I'm quite happy to come on this show and show all the mistakes they're making.
Well, to be fair,
you're not in the south. You want to upset the umpires as well.
Right? Yeah, but that was a good call. That was a great call there. The little contact that she called on the goal attack. Right. Anyway, we get to this is probably the main game. Although it was the semi-final, this is probably the most contentious game you had. I would say probably across all the age groups all weekend, right? A lot of emotion stirred, you know. So anyway,
I'm just going to say the chat's gone quiet, right? And I think that's because everybody's like, everybody's it's amazing. Go on.
Right, so we will start with So now we're into our second semi-final. So yeah, Kingsway were winning 21-9 at halftime. So winning by 12. They eventually won by 11, 32-21. But kind of comfortably made it into the final. Stars got to find a way against Kingsway to get more production on first phase and second phase, right? They've got to track them. They've got to contest the first phase more, and they've got to track them better on the second phase. So now we will go to our sort of battle of giants here: Oldham against Leeds in the semi-final. Again, we've talked about like Oldham's offense more on set plays or inbounds, but like the defending here is tremendous. So. We're going to highlight the goal shooter, and what's it, Ellie England. So she does a tremendous job on all of these set plays. So what she's doing at the moment is they're double teaming the wing defense. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So basically, if you're double teaming the wing defense, it's like, right, she's not going to get the ball. So it's 1-on-1 here. And then basically you can contest this one, but even if she gets it, you know she's the only one that's going to get it. So your defenders further down the court can kind of gear up to where she's going to be to try and get the next one and the next one and the next one. So basically, you're either trying to win the ball or force leads into a predictable pattern, that will allow you to win the ball. So they double team here. So they force the ball, right. So we've gone sideways. We want to go forward, but we've gone sideways. So now all the Oldham defenders now start rushing down the court, right? So
that's 4 in there. Look at that. Quick.
and as I said, we associate goal shooters with like scoring goals and stuff, right? But Ellie England is extremely active defensively. Like she's moving, she's confusing the space, like so, and they force the hell ball, right? So it was just amazing defense here from Oldham. So we'll just show it again. Double team the wing defense, 1-on-1 on the goal defense. No, reluctant to give it. Boom, held ball, perfect.
Wow,
that's Oldham netball. Yeah,
good point, hold them up. They can't think. They can't pass. You get the ball.
So okay, right. Then we are going.
Some of the tactics here, Richard. Wow.
Okay,
again,
so
it's just work rate. They're workers, man.
Yeah. Okay, so why did Oldham lose the game? Right, because these teams are very
careful, mate.
We're going to get to some umpiring stuff later, but let's focus on the netball stuff first. Poor decisions when feeding, like uncharacteristic for Oldham. So like they get the ball here, and like the Leeds goalkeeper, Alana Glennon is very good. So like there's a little bit of a reluctance to go in, but like these are feeds that Oldham players make 90% of the time. And they were just like very inaccurate on the day, like throwing the ball away here. I said they do, bang. Like that's where you want to take a second phase, right? Great position to feed.
Yeah, go away.
There's no, I can't really explain it. Okay, again, nice first phase, bang. That's exactly where you want to be. Yep, top of the circle. Let's get the ball to my shooter. Poor feed, like from a position where feeding is supposed to be relatively easy. So like Oldham just had numerous opportunities. They created it. They did great off the center pass. They created the stuff. Okay, I think this. Okay, that's another one. But yeah, just didn't convert. And all of these feeds, like here's another one here. No real pressure, no arms over. Give the ball away. And I think I've got last one here. This is in the third quarter. Right. Yeah, get the ball here. Where am I going? Okay, here. Just firing the ball half the length of the court. Just uncharacteristic and unnecessary. Okay.
So what do you think happened then?
Pressure? I don't know. Poor decision making. Those Oldham girls will make that feed like 80, 90% of the time.
It'll be tiredness.
Yeah, but I don't know. That this is like the semi-final, right? I think tiredness played more of an impact in the final, where I think because Kingsway played Stars in the semi-final, I think they had an advantage because this Oldham Leeds game was a slugfest the whole way through. So if you have to go through two of those teams on the same day, I think that's difficult. So I don't know. I can't really explain it. It's not like they're technically doing anything wrong. They're just making like poor decisions on the feed. They've got a great shooter, but also Leeds have a great goalkeeper in there as well. But still, they have a great shooter. They should be able to get the ball from those positions. They've done all the hard work, taking the ball to circle edge and getting it in the pocket. Yeah, they just didn't capitalize on the good stuff that they did earlier on.
Well, you definitely can't go to Oldham now, mate. So you might as well think of another place up there.
They just make mistakes. They just had sometimes you can look at it and say we did something technically wrong. Sometimes it's just like we just had a bad day out of the office, or we did stuff that wasn't really like what we normally do. Okay, let's get to the umpiring now. Right, so this was a battle. Ellie England in the middle and Alana Glennon, the goalkeeper for Leeds. Right, so So they talk about this stuff in Super League games and they call it hooking. Okay, so what it is right. So you see the goal shooter's got her arm up there, right, ready to get the ball.
Yep.
But when the ball goes, she needs to catch the ball with 2 hands, right? It's difficult to catch a netball with 1 hand. So what the goalkeeper very slyly does, it's kind of hard to see it, but you can see she's got her arms interfering with her right hand. So that's going to make it difficult.
Right.
Yeah. And this is, you see it, but this is incredibly difficult to call. And even when you get to the Super League, like teams complain, it's probably with umpires the most complained about thing, right? So when you get to
it's
World
all
Cup,
happening so quickly though.
Yeah, but remember, like the umpires, they've got to be focused on the ball. They've got to focus on obstruction, whether the player's doing footwork. So when all this grappling is going on in the circle, it's very hard to see, right? So when you go to a World Cup and a Commonwealth Games, like Australia and New Zealand, they have a camera only on the goal shooter and the goalkeeper for the whole game. Like one of their video analysts just videoing that street fighting for the whole game, so that if there's anything that they're not happy with, they can send it to the International Netball Federation and say, listen, we know it's hard for the umpires, but in future, can they pay attention to this? So, so you've got to get more cameras.
You've got to have more umpires. That's what you've got to have, more umpires.
So you see her arms, right? You see how the arms of the Leeds goalkeeper is interfering with the right hand of the Oldham shooter.
Yeah.
So it makes it difficult. So if you look at her right hand, it goes up, and then when she goes to bring her right arm up, it's difficult for her to catch the ball.
But she did it.
Yeah, she did it because she's a great shooter. So even if she's being contacted, but she's not happy at this point because she's getting roughed up. And then we're going to go into Leeds now. Beautiful set play here. So not all set plays involve the goal attack and the wing attack. Some involve, I think it's the goal defense getting the ball. Bang, bang. And that was really nice by Leeds.
That was.
Okay. Right. Next one. You'll like this one. Okay. So we're going to get back to our goalkeeper and our goal shooter. So we've got Oldham here setting up the set play. Right. Can we see the elbow from the Leeds goalkeeper? Yeah. So we call this stuff the dark arts, right?
The dark arts. Yeah. Do you have a board up in front of your, outside the screenshot with all these special words on, mate? Because you can't.
The dark arts here. But basically, Courtney Bruce from Australia, because the goalkeepers have a union. We say in football there's a goalkeepers union, right? So I think there's a goalkeepers union in netball where all the these shooters are so talented. You need to achieve your results by fair means or foul. So at the moment we're showing a little bit of the foul. We're going to show a bit more of the fair. But so Richard, would you say the goalkeeper's elbow is in a natural position? Because it's kind of in her back there, right? So that's her right.
Oh no! Sorry, I was looking at goal attack there. Sorry, goalkeeper.
Yeah, that as well. They're probably I
was going to say that's the elbow I was looking at because she's actually got that into the girl's stomach. It's like keeping her back.
Yeah,
but mate, I'm looking at a different place.
So that's the right arm. Then we'll go around to here. Can we see the elbow here as well?
Yeah. The dark arts.
Yeah. So this is the dark arts. Yeah. So you're hooking. You're using elbows just to disrupt, and so the goal shooter's not happy. She's not happy.
Look, I'm going to defend the umpires here. This is, that's all happening off ball as well and stuff like that.
All off ball, right?
Yeah.
So she's getting the one.
I tell you what, I will say though, Richard needs to stop being so cheap and have 8 umpires. There you go. Hey, Richard.
Yeah.
So that's what you're asking for, though, isn't it?
Right elbow here. She's getting the left elbow here. She loses the ball, but look at the attitude of the goal shooter because she has good reason to feel a bit annoyed here.
Yeah, definitely.
Straight back in the game. What am I going to do? Contest, tip. Yeah. So she's the top player. Yeah. Even though she's getting roughed up, she's
the psychology side of that is absolutely immense as well because it's literally you just feel like nothing's going your way. You're getting beaten black and blue, and it's just not fair. Very interesting.
When I was refereeing under 7s and under 8s footballers, it was astonishing how good these players were on this national tournament my brother ran. But what I had to keep stopping the play for was pulling shirts.
Yeah.
They all, every single one, these are 7, 8-year-old kids. They all had the intelligence. So if someone was getting the edge on them, just grab their shirt and pull them back.
Yeah. So again,
7, 8 years old.
Wow, amazing.
Oh, I said last week we showed a clip in the final, like the goal defense was out of play and Shan threw the ball away 2 times in the final. Like if the goal defense is out of play and you're 2-on-1 in the circle, this is how you don't run it. I think we're going to show Leeds in the final doing it good, right? So you see in the, like again set plays, right? So you see in the circle here, we've got a goal attack and a goal shooter, and Oldham only have 1 defender, right? So that ball's supposed to get in the circle, and you're supposed to score easily because the goal defense is out of play. But yeah, this is right before at the end of the quarter as well. Like Leeds just, yeah, it's just sloppy, like sloppy stuff, and you never see it from Oldham, but you do see it from Kingsway and Leeds very occasionally, right? Okay. Right, more stuff. Oldham. Okay, we'll go to, and again here, right? So we're going to see the goalkeeper on the goal shooter here, right? And just as the goal shooter's ready to get the ball, she just gets her little elbow in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
It just makes you very uncomfortable as a goal shooter. She just gets her little, like, yeah, she does catch the ball, but contact is not called, and so goal shooter's not happy. And then, right, more stuff. This stuff gets called, but so there's a big battle going on here. This one, yeah. So the feed goes in. If you watch the left elbow of the Leeds goalkeeper,
I'm watching it.
Just elbow, just come around here, just come around. Yeah.
Oh, contact.
Yeah. So these girls were just like going at it for the whole game. So yeah, that's why it took me like an hour and a half to like go through this game, because like you actually have to like, you see this stuff and you're like, why is she falling over? Then you have to go back and look at it and work out like what's going on to explain. But like you said, it's all, yeah, it's really hard to.
Oh, well done, mate. Well done. This is spectacular.
But okay, now we'll see the Leeds goalkeeper doing something like by traditional means. So she's nicely off body here. So we see the goalkeeper. She's got a nice position here. Yeah, and that's beautiful. Yeah, and that's a top goal shooter. So, you know, and then yeah, Leeds are out running, and yeah, I imagine they're going to score eventually. And they changed their circle as well. So yeah. Leeds started with.
Sorry, watching this game then, was it just a case of Oldham just supplying the shooter was the main difference in the end in the score here? Was it just one team made less mistakes than the other?
Yeah. Just Oldham. Remember, what was the final score was quite close, right? It was 30-24. But yeah, just some uncharacteristic feeds. But the thing is in netball, when you make a mistake and you have the ball, it costs you 2 points, right? Because you're supposed to score, but you give it to them and they score, right? And then if it's their centre pass, they go and score again. So one mistake can cost you 2 points. So if you lose by 6 points, that's like 3 centre passes you've given away. You know? So we love the footwork. So if you look at the right-hand side of the screen, we'll see some beautiful footwork here from the goal attack. She comes out, does a nice little pivot there. Yeah. I know you love that stuff, Richard.
Yeah.
That's
and then she gets it here again. Yeah, and then swings it. And yeah, again, probably I'm not sure, but yeah, you can just see the way like the goal shooter's getting roughed up every time. But so we'll see this. Yeah, so yeah, we're going to show some moves from Kingsway's Lottie in a minute, but this is very nice as well. So you just make her think you're going there, pivot inside. No, I'm going middle. Yeah, beautiful. And she actually touches the ball, like she touches the ball again here. Yeah, and then so yeah, that was really good from Oldham. Right, we're going to show a bit of Leeds as well. Okay, what have we got here? Okay, this is more. Okay, I think this is some more excellent defensive work from Oldham. Yeah, and again, when we talk about defensive work, the goal shooter is the one that leads it, which is very not something you would traditionally associate. So what the goal shooter does is, right, so she comes down here to defend to double team the goal defense. Yeah, but then now she sees that the wing defense is going to get the ball, so she makes a quick change and puts pressure on that one. Then they force the ball. Yeah, so it forces the ball. The ball's still in the corner. And like eventually the Oldham get a nice tip, and it's So yeah, it's just all these little things. Like both really good teams. I've showed a lot of Oldham so far, so let's show a little bit more of what Leeds are doing in this game.
See,
this is the one.
See what I'm looking at this. I'm looking at all the little markers you've made on the file. I'm just like, which one's going to go to next?
Yeah, literally, all different colours to show like different.
I see the work that you're doing there, bud.
So this is how you do run it when the goal defence is out of play, right? And you're 2-on-1 in the circle. So we see like the one lead shooter here, she sets a screen or sets a hold so that you can just throw it to the player around the back. Yeah. But basically, every team should have a play in that situation. That as soon as the goal defense or the goalkeeper's out of play and it's out of the circle, you just get up and run it. So again, it's like preparation, right? If you prepare these things at practice, when you turn up on the day in a national final or semi-final, you just go and run it, and it's simple. But when the players have to start thinking about what they're going to do, then it kind of creates a point where they might make an error.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So this is Leeds. Right. So Leeds. Right. So. Not tall shooters, but their shooters have excellent movement. So, which I'm getting the ball down here. Right. So, when you have like two shooters, what you want is a coordinated circle. So what that means is, if one shooter's working the left-hand side of the circle, the other's working the right. If one's working the top, the other one's working the baseline. If one's moving towards the ball, the other one should be moving away from the ball. So Leeds do this really well here. So one of the shooters gets the ball here, right? And then she presents at the top. Yeah. So you see she's got her arms there ready to get the ball at the top. But then the other lead shooter now has the baseline, and she just comes and gets that one. Like it seems simple, but in a shooting circle where it's like very congested, and you've got very talented goalkeepers and goal defenders sort of moving around. Like you see this from Leeds, like quite often it's very coordinated. So they don't both run into the same space, right? So one goes to the top, one goes to the baseline, bang. Yeah, and then I will just hit the shot. Okay, so what's this? And then a couple to just finish off the game. So it was a close game. It was only 4 points at the, a lead at this time. A couple of brilliant feeds here from Missy Taylor. Yeah, here's one feed, bang under the post, and she gets the ball here, and here's another great feed as well.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is with 1 minute to go, and just a little layoff, and so
So like you're saying, it's one of those things. It looks simple, but they're actually there's some skill involved.
Yeah, they're very good, and it's not like they have a massive height advantage. Like it's easier for Oldham because like Ellie English is a tall, dominant shooter, so like it's kind of clear where she wants the ball, and it's clear very early. Whereas when you're having a rotating circle like Leeds and a lot of movement, where the ball needs to go is changing all the time. So the feeders need to adapt to that. But like the shooters also need to make sure they're not sort of occupying the same spaces. Yeah. So like Leeds are very good in that regard. And we will show some more of that as we've now finished our wrap up of the semi-finals, and we will head to the final.
Okay.
So power against Leeds.
Before we begin the final, in our league game, I think Leeds won by 20 plus goals. It's something like that. Yeah. And Leeds had won in other cup events with other companies by 20 goals to Kingsway Powers. I can't understand how a team can lose 20 goals in two separate occasions, then come back and win fairly comfortably. Yeah, I'm interested to see what you've got to say about this, because
I don't know. It makes no sense to me.
That's not a point.
It was 40 on the 25th of February. It was 40-22 for Leeds against Kingsway Power. I have no idea. I'll have to watch the game and see who's playing and what changed. But
it's because it's being live streamed.
Yeah, it's like a 20. So they've gone from losing by 18 to winning by 6. So that's a 24-point turnaround. Like, yeah, that's kind of crazy in a few months. So yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. We've got video of the 42-22, right? Were you there on that day, Martin?
Well, Kings of Power had had a couple of players missing that day, so you could argue that those players weren't there, and that's why the score was a score. But there was another competition they played in, and I think Kingsway Power had their full team, and I think they got beat very convincingly again. So it's just madness to think that they come here and not only win, but it was fairly comfortable in the end for Kingsway Power.
Yep. Okay, so we will get to the final. We haven't really shown a lot of. We've shown the Kingsway sort of wing defense and goal defense. So technical point here. So we've got like Izzy Taylor at goal shooter for Leeds, and Leeds are ready to feed here. And instead of just holding the goalkeeper, she actually, if you notice, there's a space between the goal shooter and the goalkeeper. She just comes off a little bit early, just a fraction early. So look, she's got the nice hold here. You can see she's nicely body on body, and she just comes off a little bit early, and it just allows time for the goalkeeper to get around. Yeah, and they get the ball back, and I think they score. But yeah, just a slight. Yeah, so it's like with these teams, they're so good. It's like the minute details, right? just holding that. Yeah, it's just this needs to be like half a second longer just to stop the goalkeeper coming around and getting that tip on the ball.
Right.
Yeah, it's just minute details that make the difference, because like these teams are so good, they're doing 95% of everything right. But yeah. Right. Okay. Then
that's a good thing, isn't it? If you can't, if it's really hard for you to find things, like I showed how good they're playing. So yeah. Yeah,
and like I said, like you can see all the stuff I've got at the bottom of the screen, right? So yeah. Okay. We'll get to the star of the show now, right? So when Kingsway were playing Stars in the semi-final, literally it was so weird. They just had to like run in a straight line and get the ball, but that's not going to work against Leeds defense, right? So right. So because Leeds are very active. And they are contesting first phase. So they're like the centre's in a good position. Well, they're over the line, but they want to get forward. They're trying to stop you getting the first ball. But these moves from this wing attack are crazy, right? So
this is I said to Hayden, this is the equivalent of getting nutmegged in football.
Yeah. So he wants to get over the line quickly, but yeah, it's great. We'll run it in real time.
Look, they're still facing the other way when she's received the ball.
He's got all three of them.
Here's a question, Hayden. Can girls use their hair in a nasty way? Because I'm telling you this, girls when they wear ponytails, be very careful, especially when
So you see the contact.
So have a look. Watch this.
Why. So the hair makes contact.
That's it. And then so
the hair hits the left hand. So if the hair hits the left hand, you think she's gone to the left.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is the ponytail whip, yeah?
It's just probably at home going, I wish I thought of that way.
The ponytail has actually made her think, because look, the ponytail's made her think, oh, I've been hit on the left, she's gone to the left.
Yeah.
And literally like, all three of them are looking to the left. Right.
Crazy, mate.
Like, no, I'm over here.
See you later, bye. Hey, look, I'm all on my own. What am I doing here?
Martin, do you see the difference on the creativity levels on Kingsway Power trying to receive the ball in the centre pass compared to say you can't just stand still.
You can't.
You have to do something to manipulate the space. Do you know what I mean?
The amount of times, obviously, I live stream and stuff, and I say, I'll be saying it when I'm, moving the camera. Well, you can't be letting them do that. You know they're going to do. Why aren't you on them? Why aren't you? Why are you missing a shot? Kingsway Power, like I say, it's. It's simple.
Again, it's just
they're another level.
Well, you're telling me other girls can't do that. That's just
no, man.
Again, but I've said this a million times, and I speak to all the coaches. I try and get around them and speak to them. Do the live stream, pay for it, get involved. I do specials at the start of the season. Watch how other teams play so that you can work against it. The conversation we had last week with Alison. I expect, Alison, for you, and I know you're a great coach, to have some. If you don't do the overhead pass, that's fine. But how are you going to stop that? Because them just being able to do it and get it and pass it means that you're allowing them to win. So get involved, and that's the point. What you're doing here, Hayden, you know, and thank you so much for all this hard work that you do. You're actually giving it to these people on a plate, saying, "Look, here's the information you need. This is how good they are doing. This is what they do." They're even using their hair to flick on the person's shoulders, and they run the other direction. It's all there. If you're not buying this live stream, then you don't really care about winning. I'm sorry. That's it. Finale. Bye-bye. That's the answer.
But Richard, can other girls learn this? No, because this girl's probably the best wing attack in the country out of all the age groups, right?
No, but what? No, but there's no reason why players can't just
cannot try it, right? We want to see them try it.
Just try it.
Next season, this is going to light up. I tell you.
But the thing is, we showed. But remember, we just showed that we showed the Oldham wing attack doing some crazy rolls. We showed like Ava from Cross Keys, right, doing some beautiful footwork as a gog, and like the footwork is. So that's the thing. It's just this little flick is so quick, though. That is so quick.
I tell you what, Hayden. What we're doing here, give it 4 years. England's going to be winning every netball cup.
4 years? No, these girls are like 12 and 13, so it's going to take like at least 8. Because other girls can't look at this and do the same thing. They can try, but like this.
Hayden, she's shifting her body weight from one way to the other.
No, are you crazy? and look at what she does on the next one as well. It's not that easy. And the thing is, the wing defense. That easy.
But what I'm saying is, like, that is a very simplistic movement done very well.
Yeah, but amazingly well. And are you saying that are you saying that a 16-year-old can't play in the England team?
Netball is hard, right? But what I'm saying is,
no, mate, they're going to be on another level.
Okay, we've got elite wing attacks, right? In under 15s, we got like Maisie, right? We've got Sasha, we've got Daisy, you know, right? So we've got excellent players, but like they ain't going to be able to. You can't just watch this and emulate it. No, she's the best out of all of them. And the thing is, the wing defense, the other Lottie Winterton, the wing defense for Kingsway under 12s. Like they go to the same school. They might be the 2 best like young netball players in the whole country, right? So imagine that in their school games, right? You've got like the best young wing defense in the country and the best young wing attack in the country 1 year apart going at each other. Like that I would like to see. Yeah.
Let's have a chat with the school. We'll see what we can organise. There we go.
Right. So this look. Then she passes it, but look at this, right? So she just drives down here. Yeah. You think I'm going to the pocket? No. Oh,
that's brilliant. Yeah.
It's just every move is just the footwork, the precision. Like there is no other wing attack like in your young age groups, under 12s, 13s, 14s, 15s. Right, I haven't really got much film on Daisy Lee's, and she's at the same club, so I'm not going to go there without actually watching her play. But like this girl is like devastating. And the thing is, against Stars, we didn't see it, so she's saving her best moves for the best teams. Right, let's go next clip.
It's a dance off. That's what it is, mate. That's why.
Yeah, it's a dance off. Okay, this is Leeds in transition, which is really nice. Yeah, they just get the ball, move it very nicely through the court. And this is the pass, right? This is why I like the two-handed overhead, because you do not see Southern teams execute this pass, right, with shoulder passes or chest passes, except that goalkeeper from Stars who, has ability at 13 years old to throw like the most beautiful shoulder passes over distance you'll ever see. So this is the pass here that breaks the defense. Like, because they just space the floor well laterally. Yeah. So they just move the ball from left to right so well. And like, this is really good from Leeds. And this Kingsway defense is really good. So like to move the ball through the court like that. And then I think it doesn't stop because then this is a move, right? And this move is the same quality. So you talked about other wing attacks like emulating her moves. The only problem is your screen went a bit blurry, which is why I didn't sort of put it up on Instagram and stuff. But the wing attack here for Leeds,
went a bit blurry.
Yeah. Okay, the frame went blurry. This is a devastating move, right, by the Leeds wing attack. So if we look at this one, yeah, devastating. That's equally as good. And I saw her playing for the under 14s as well as the under 13s. So like that move deserves, another playthrough. So she just comes up the court. No, I'm not coming up the court. Bang, wing defense. Yeah, it's hard being a wing defense in this league, Richard. Yeah. Just look at her body position, like the resignation. It's like, yeah, damn.
Done.
Yeah. Okay, right. Then we will go to.
Go on, what are you going to say, Richard?
I'm just saying, at this level, we shouldn't see anyone standing still, trying to receive the ball on a centre pass, and I cannot. You have to show willing. You have to basically try things to manipulate space, and I'm not trying to say everyone's going to be like is it Lottie?
Yes, no one can be like her.
No, she's mastered the art of mastering simplicity and taking it to a whole new level.
Yeah.
But there's no reason why other girls can't try similar type of movements. And to be honest, you don't see it enough, and that's the problem.
But that's the reason we've done these videos, right? Is so that when we're saying how to play netball, we're not showing like a bunch of like England players or adults doing it. We're actually showing like girls you play against, girls the same age as you, right? So it seems more realistic that you can achieve it. Or maybe if you can't achieve 100% of it, you can achieve like 75% of it. So all these girls can look at these clips and sort of improve their game.
Again, and also practice. Yeah. Practice makes perfect. Yeah. And I mean, when you know, it can be done.
Well, it's giving me ideas. Because from September, I'm going to have my own like weekly academy, and two things I'm going to, thanks to Hayden now, two things I've already thought of is how to pass the ball and how to create space to receive the ball.
Yes,
and working on different ways of doing that.
So yeah, so creating space as well. So we'll show the leads shooters working like in rotation here. Let's see if I can get off a bit of a blurry frame. Okay, I can't. Right, so you've got the leads. I think it's the goal attack. I think that's Izzy, the goal shooter. She's at the top of the circle here, and then you've got the goal attack at the back. Right, and then what you'll see is, right, Izzy sort of moves in one way, then then they just rotate around and score. There's a contact call and a finish, but like that's it's if you don't have a height advantage, you need to do all this very technical stuff to get open, right? So as I said. You see here, goal shooter at the top, goal attack on the baseline or under the post. Yeah. And then we just see this beautiful rotation here. Yeah. How they just switch positions. Yeah. So
do you notice do you notice how Kings of Power give nothing for free as well?
No.
Every time the player gets the ball, it's not, you know you're going to get smashed.
Yeah.
So it must be wearing over a 32-minute game, knowing every time you get the ball, someone's in your face, someone's physical with you.
Yes.
It wears you down after a while. And again,
you've got to have some resolve, haven't you?
That's a side of the sport people don't put a lot of value in.
Yeah,
but it does.
And the coaches as well, right? So if you're a coach and you're playing against Kingsway Powers under 13 and you've got Lottie, the wing attack, like going up against you, that stresses your whole team because the wing defense probably not going to be able to defend her on her own. So she's going to need help from the center. So when the center and the wing defense are now going on Lottie, that means Faith, the center, has got more room to roam. So basically by having a dominant wing attack, that just creates like more space for everyone else in the team. A bit like how if you have a Messi on your team, right? All the other players can get more goals because Messi's drawing so much attention. So it's a similar thing with a wing attack. And then, Kingsway going to a really nice passage here on the center pass. So again, more moves from Lottie. Yeah, so she just fakes like she's going up the middle, just a little cut. There's no one, there's no other girl in the country that can just do these cuts. Like she's just executing it to a high level of degree every time. And this is a national final against a team that they lost 40-22 against, like 4 months earlier. But like when she receives the ball, just look at how much space she's in.
I know.
Yeah. It's just crazy how you can like do 2 steps and get that open, right? Then bang into the pocket. Yeah. Swing across the circle. So it's just like, okay. I think it was a contact call on that one. Right. And then now we're going to show some of the Kingsway shooters. So this is really good as well. We talked about Leeds' as rotating circle. Like Kingsway shooters in this team are not tall, dominant holding shooters. They're killing you with accurate shooting and movement. So the ball goes here. Yeah. So, did you notice that, Richard?
No, I didn't. Go on.
Okay. Let me play it again and then you can explain what happened. No?
No.
Okay, so
She does run round.
yeah, but the running round is exceptionally hard to teach like adults, let alone young children. So what happens is, right, the goal shooter goes for the ball here. So what often you'll see with younger netball players is when they don't get the ball, they kind of linger in that position, or they keep like trying to get the ball. But what she realizes here is she's now not really in a good position to get the ball because the defender's on me. So I'm going to clear out this space now. So when I clear out this space, now that space is open for my goal attack to drive into. Right, so the goal attack comes, but she realizes she's probably not going to get the ball, yeah, because the Leeds defender's in an excellent position here to get a tip, yeah. And the other thing is, like, the feeder's been really patient here. I think this is Faith the center, yeah, it is, right. So she's no, I can't give this one. So after making the first effort to get the ball, the goal shooter, then backing away to give the goal attack a chance. Now goal attack can't get it. Now she just pops through here and gets it on the third effort, yeah. So it's like it's so precise that I showed it to you twice and you didn't really see the skill. So no.
Oh, yeah. Brilliant, yeah.
Yeah, that's exceptional. And that's very, very hard to teach young shooters. Yeah. Even you watch like Super League games, right? You don't see shooters like working to that degree of accuracy. Right. So as I said, they don't have a height advantage. It's a different kind of circle compared to what you see with Oldham, with Lola Newton, Ellie English, Evie, etc. But yeah, the rotation of both circles was excellent. And then doesn't end here because I think, yeah, Leeds, beautiful feed here. Stays in. Okay. All right.
By the way, I'm going to give you to quarter two.
Quarter two. Okay, right. 7 minutes. Yeah. Okay. We're nearly halfway through the second quarter. So, okay, we'll go to Kingsway and the goal shooter showing some really nice footwork here. Yeah. So again, we talk about, like we were showing Lottie's footwork before. So here, she just comes down like she's going to the baseline, puts the brakes on, and just pops in there. Beautiful landing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Because don't forget, the defenders don't know what you're going to do. So you've always got the advantage.
But the defenders are in a great position. The defenders are taught to be in front, okay? So you want to be in that front position. So when this ball swings across, the defender's in a perfect position that if this feed goes in, the defender's going to be able to get a tip on the ball. I think that's Alana, the goalkeeper for Leeds, who's excellent. Defender's done great. So she stopped the pass. She's got the front position. It's hard enough to do that. But then the footwork, you have to do like...
But she's clever enough to know that she's going to pull Alana over, then uses Alana's momentum to stop, check back, and Alana can't predict that. She just has to go with it regardless. Because if she doesn't go with her, she just gets the ball easily.
And then gets told off for not doing what she was trained to do.
So
and again,
clever.
So again, we'll go back to Lottie. So here she starts on the body, right? So if we show here, right? So if you start on the body and the defenders, you've got that physical contact with the defender's not going to be able to go and intercept the ball. So now, right, when she moves, now there's a space. So now the defender's got room to move, but the defender is going to have to work so hard to get around. Like we said, they don't give you anything. They're going to stop the front one. That's what you're taught to stop, right? So the defender comes to stop this front one, but you stop the front one. It's like playing against like these teams. It's just scary. And like
it's like trying to herd cats.
Yeah. So Richard, I see you looking at your phone.
All over the place. It's crazy.
I'm just people messaging me and stuff.
Okay. To do with this or something
sometimes
else?
I check to see if people message me via the stream to see if they're moaning or not.
Okay. Right. So again, Rich. So she starts on the body here. Yeah. She goes off. So it's only when she's gone off the body that the Leeds wing defense can start moving. So again, you were talking about like using her momentum against her. The Leeds defender has to work so hard to stop the first one. Her momentum's going that way. Yeah. Bang. And look at the distance.
Just amazing.
Look at the distance between them.
Yeah.
Yeah. She just does like 3 steps and gets like 5 foot of separation. Like, it's crazy. There's no one in the country. This
is what I would call high netball IQ. Because she's understanding the speed of play. She's understanding the players' speed of play around her, and she's constantly manipulating that.
Yeah,
she's manipulating it. And again, I think all girls can do this, but you've got to do it in that environment and be clever enough to do it is a different story. Because what she's doing is what we used to learn in football all the time: go forward to then check back, to find, to pull your defender out, to then come over the top or whatever. But executing it in the highest of like pressurized environments was a bit more trickier than we thought. So it's great. It's great. It's just got a high IQ. It's very clever.
Yeah. Oh, so this one. So is this allowed in netball? So if we look at the center here at circle edge against the wing defense. So what she does, she just push her away and then go and get the ball. Yeah, you see that again? Dark arts. Yeah, dark arts. Yeah, give that little push and go and get the intercept.
Yeah, very, very. Nothing gets past.
And then come down the court, and this is really good, right? And as I said, this is the difference between the south and north. When they get the ball, look how quickly they go down the court with the two. Well, okay, that's bang that chest pass too. Yeah,
it's a long throw with that overhead, man.
Yeah,
it's insane.
Yeah, the thing is, it's not even a debate no more. It's very clear, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. So and then so Leeds scored that one, and then I think they missed the next one, and then Kingsway start doing some crazy stuff, getting the ball through the court.
So Hayden, what I want to know is, you're showing us like all the great plays and stuff, but what did Kingsway, in your perspective, what did they do so well that allowed them to kind of win this game without too much trouble?
Number one, I think the seeding gave them an advantage, right? So Leeds was the number one seed, but that meant that they had to play Oldham in the semi-final, right? So it actually worked against them being the number one seed. And I think, like you said, this game is so brutal, they contest everything. So Leeds was at a disadvantage having to play Oldham in the semi-final. But Kingsway is just so clean. We see the rotation of the shooters. We see they contest everything on first phase. And they have a wing attack that is probably the best young wing attack in the country, age 15 or under, that can create stuff. We saw the wing defense going body to body with shooters. We're going to show the wing defense here, Amelie. So what you're taught is always have your eyes on the ball. And a lot of young players, they kind of take their eyes off the ball for a bit, and then they only look back at the passer when they want the ball. So Kingsway come out in transition here. If you look at her eyes, right, she's got her eyes firmly on the ball. Yeah. So she comes towards, again, uses the drop step, and that's a beautiful pivot. Yeah. And again, two-handed overhead. Right. So, let's run through these clips quickly. Gets the ball. So it's just the transition, there's the passing, the footwork, all of the girls can do it. But yeah, this is one of the, nice. You see shooting there as well. So yeah, one thing I say as well, like when we do analysis sessions, shooters are often left out because like shooting isn't really something you can control if they're out on a bad day or a good day. But yeah, the shooting as well is fantastic, right? So just a couple more clips. Yeah, and we'll show Lottie again. Yeah, so she's coming up very quickly, right? You see her she's just coming into picture on the left of the screen. It looks like she's going to the top of the screen. Yeah, the wing defense thinks she's going to the top of the screen. She's not going to the top of the screen. Yeah, dangerous. Like I would not want to be a wing defense against her. The only problem she has is that the best wing defense in the country, probably 15 or under, they go to the same school. So yeah, good chance both of them play for England. Not like futures or whatever, like the first team. So that was amazing. And then
hey, stop doing the England scouts job for him, Hayden. Come on.
What's that? Okay, but then this is another one from Lottie. She just gives her.
This is good. This is good.
Remember, I was saying it looks obvious, right? The space she's going to go into. So if she just runs into that space, the wing defender will go with her. But then she just gives her the little hesitation. I don't think she hits her with the ponytail here. So it's just a hesitation, but it just causes the wing defense a little bit of confusion. And she's gone again. Yep. Crazy. Right. Okay. Oh, yeah. So this is how you stop. This is actually quite important, Richard. So, Right, how do you stop Lottie? So she's either getting first phase, doing crazy moves, or she's taking second phase and going to the pocket. Right, so the goal attack takes the ball here, and Lottie's heading down to the pocket. How do you protect the pocket? Can you see a player here?
Running in, yeah.
Yeah, so that's Alana, the Leeds goalkeeper. So she's running to protect Lottie because she doesn't want Lottie getting the ball in the pocket, but what does it leave open?
Yeah.
The shooter. With an overhead pass.
Yes. Yeah. Mr. Bond.
Hey, would that have reached with a shoulder pass?
No. Only if the Stars goalkeeper. That's it. Like one player in the whole country. But so that's the thing. It's like this girl Lottie is just like causing multiple problems. She's causing your center problems because you have to double team her on the center pass. She's causing your goalkeeper problems because Lottie is beating her wing defense here and heading to the pocket. So the goalkeeper now has to come out and help the wing defense. But when the goalkeeper comes out to help the wing defense now the goal shooter's open. Like this girl, serious. And then I think there's another. I've got 2 more clips. Same thing happens again.
5 more ago.
Hang on, wasn't it 2 more clips? Like 5 clips ago, Hayden.
Well, you can see I'm coming to the end, right?
You'll make a good salesman. Yeah, just buy another 2 things. What, you want another 4? Oh, I want 6.
And these are set plays, right? So the thing is, you're so frightened of her going over the green line to get first phase, right? So as a wing defense, you're thinking, oh, I've got to stop her going over the green line, over the transverse line to get first phase. Okay, so I'm going to stop her that, yeah. But now she does like a crazy pivot, and heading to the pocket, The footwork is the best in the country, And you're saying, can other girls do this? No. Okay, so then what? Yeah, so then what happens is the goalkeeper now, when it comes into shot, you see the goalkeeper's out there, right?
What a pass.
Yeah, so the goalkeeper's out there to stop Lottie getting this one, but because she's out there stopping Lottie getting second phase, now that one's open, and that's a great pass as well.
Fantastic pass.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's like Kingsway, man. This is why they're the monster that they are, right? Bang. Okay, Lottie's on.
Boom.
That's it.
That's monster, mate.
And then last one, we'll show a little bit of Kingsway defending here. Okay. Yeah. So we'll just show Faith here. So I think we've got Izzy Taylor at wing attack now for Leeds. So they double team her, right? So the responsibilities are, if she goes high and to the left, that's the centre's responsibility. If she tries to cut in between the two, that's both of their responsibilities. And then if she kind of tries to go along the transverse line, then Amelie will take her. So Faith shuts her down. The ball has to go here. Right, and then everyone just drops off, and then they force that loopy pass, but the pressure just forces an errant throw. But and then
there it goes, sailing down
so quickly. And so that will wrap up our grand final under 13s highlights.
Wow,
so, very insightful. I just really hope the young girls who play in our leagues and stuff, they look at this stuff, and I don't expect players to be as good as other players, but the minimal expectation is just give it a shot, like try new things, push yourself, and But thank you so much, Hayden. It's been very insightful. It's been. You've enhanced the service we offer our customers, and next season I think we're gonna build you into every review show, but probably give you a half an hour slot.
The thing is, national finals, we've got so many good competitive games to go through. So during the regular season, it's probably only sort of 1 or 2 games, maybe, that we need to review. So that'll make my life a little bit easier.
So we'll build you in as an analytical slot, which will enhance the review show. But thank you so much, mate. Been a pleasure as usual, Martin. Thank you so much for your live streaming, and thank me for like I said last week, putting up with both of you.
Thank you.
Putting the band together, right? All right, Richard, take care. See you on Saturday.
Don't forget to subscribe, people. We're on Instagram, obviously YouTube, and Twitter.
Hayden, where can people follow you?
Nowhere. I need to get my social sorted.
So your social life out, son.
No, yeah.
Well, you can't follow me personally, but you can follow me, ENG Sports Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. But this weekend's going to be massive. Hayden's going to be there. He's going to be on the comms, expecting a fantastic day. But Hayden, will we see another Kingsway Power whitewash?
Yeah, we will in 2 age groups.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Do you know what? I think there's a bit of.
It's 10-minute games though, right? 10-minute or 12-minute
games. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm expecting Kingsway Power to win both age groups.
Okay, well, it's going to be tough out there, but let's see what happens. But I'll see you at the weekend, everyone.
All right, see you then. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.